meta is very spicy, so that makes him going way more.
Also hier in dem Team ist nur Quad-Koreaner. Und bei Dignitas sind es Igna. Das heißt, ein Koreaner ich. Oder spielen viele dort? Ja, viele spielen in der Nähe, aber in diesem Game jetzt hier sind nur 2 Koreaner. Quad und Igna.
Pretty standard bans here these days. Olaf obviously getting, you know, a huge kind of rise in priority to the point where now it's getting blind picked even.
Yeah, I mean, Olaf in the past was just like, oh, you blind it, you're going to get countered by Kled or Vayne or anything. But nowadays it's like, I don't really care. I'm just going to play Olaf top, and then whatever they throw at me, I'm still going to win lane and be OP.
Yeah, the Olaf is kind of crazy recently in Prio, and he's not losing to a lot of things. The Kled is, I think, the best one that he's doing so far, but it's not like a huge counter. The Vayne also, it was supposed to be a counter, but the Olaf won every game, I think, against the Vayne, so it's not even like a huge counter. And I do think the Ezreal is kind of OP in LCS. They pick it every game, so.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the like so-called counters to Olaf are also very risky picks themselves, right?
Yeah.
You know, Kled is not going to do well if you get behind at all. So it is Ezreal traded for Karma here, looking like they are considered.
Alle ist besser. Hat er schon gespielt? Ja, das ist Woche 3. Woche 3, ja.
I mean, probably just like a jungle counter. I know Griffin plays Lee Sin, but I guess they banned it, so can't go Lee Sin. There's other stuff you could do, like Poppy, Teemo, of course.
Yeah,
Teemo's a great one.
I don't think Griffin plays Poppy, and I do think Griffin likes to drop a lot of times, so they might pick mid lane.
Nach Viri wäre die usual
really
Antwort.
thinking that Griffin has a lot of picks.
Oh, wow.
They go with the Shyvana, I think it's Griffin special, sorta.
Gerade bisher Performance fand ihn die letzten beiden Wochen echt nicht verkehrt. Deutliches Upgrade über XU. Gestern war rough. Gestern war tough. Interessant, Shyvana muss zweimal full clearen, damit sie useful ist.
I think already FlyQuest has like the scaling picks where Ezreal, Bard, Shyvana, they kind of, if they survive early lane, they can do well. But I think the pressure's on Dig right now to like pressure them.
Push the face.
Yeah. I think if I were FlyQuest side, I'd be looking at like a strong stabilizing pick from mid top lane, you know, something like a Rise for mid lane, so Quad can push mid and run down, or, you know, something like a Cassandra that
Können wir auch so gute Spieler vorbringen? Nein.
So talk to me about the role of the jungler, you think. You know, you're talking about how it can be difficult, spicy bot lane, Jose. So what do you perceive Griffin's role to be then in this game?
Well, I do think that once you pick the Shyvana, you don't have like a really special play. You just want to kind of farm and get your passive stacks up and get items. Because the champion itself is a scaling champion and you don't really want to involve yourself in many plays.
Gründung, naja, also da drüben ist League halt noch voll im Hype, ne? Und hier ist es halt nicht mehr so. Hier ist voll Mobile Games und so weiter. Schon ein großer Unterschied.
So it's not like you can adapt with this champ because you don't have a dash. You don't have a way to like catch up to him if he does.
Shyvana Jungle, ja, Shyvana Jungle hat Griffin schon zweimal gespielt. Dieses Split, glaube ich, dreimal, glaube ich.
Or anything like barrier heal. It changes a lot how the matchups go, so I think it's important the Jarvan plays quite well in the early game, so the Shyvana cannot scale, really.
Makes a lot of sense. Jace, Vayne, the second round ban here for Dig. Feels like maybe it's setting up for something like a Gnar top. Silas going to be banned out by FlyQuest, of course. The Stolen Shyvana ult is incredibly powerful, so that usually does have to be banned away. And Akali going to be that final ban.
Looks like they're just banning away the melees from Palfox. Don't let him get a good pick. I think he's just going to blind the Orianna. It's a super safe blind. I guess the Gnar can also be blinded. You did ban 2 champions for it.
Wurde Lock schon genervt, mehrfach. Aber ist immer noch spielbar.
Gakos would play into it. He's not been doing too well on the.
So, spielt der Türke da oben.
Cassandra? But we'll see.
Yeah, I think if FlyQuest side, they should take a mid prio to help the Shyvana to not be active on bot lane, to kind of cover
Cassandra plus Rise
on bot side. It's kind of important for them. I will say maybe they go for the Orianna, but Dignitas might go for the Galio, so I don't know how good it is for them to have this type of matchups when you want to play around your bot lane. So that's probably why they drop the Mink pick and give counter pick for Palafox. So we'll see.
Yeah, it does feel like, you know, you're saying you already felt in the first 3, FlyQuest had all these scaling picks. They're going to be kind of on the back foot. It feels like with the Orianna, you're really kind of securing your role as like, okay, we're looking to fight later in the game. We've got to scale. We've got to mitigate loss. But that does give Dardoch a lot of opportunity to try to play around some winning lanes, to try to play a little bit more aggressive.
I mean, I think this has been the tried and true, like, epitome FlyQuest draft where they pick kind of scaling everywhere, and then the enemy team doesn't really punish you, and then all of a sudden at 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you just win a team fight and win the game.
FlyQuest schafft mich auch nicht so Points.
Full AP champs, which is kind of interesting.
Shyvana, Ezreal, Bard, Rumble, and Ori.
Lock is a good option. This matchup is very interesting in LCK. They play it a lot.
Was?
I do think the Lock has a lot of opportunities to win the matchup. So
Boah, da ist wenig HCC gegen den Lock. Da ist super wenig HCC gegen den Lock. Ja. Aber kaum noch HCC gespielt, sollte wieder reinkommen. Ich finde, der Champion ist sehr underplayed momentan.
It can be very tricky for her, but we have to see how Quad manages it. He's normally very conserved with how he plays. He's very patient, very disciplined, I guess you could call it. He's Mr. Disciplined. So I think he'll do fine. And I mean, to me, for this draft, it's really just if Diggs bot lane can push the lead, because I think mid and top should relatively go even. Maybe Locke goes down a little bit of CS, but he's going to be hunting for kills. And then just see how much Dig can explode the game early on, because I think if FlyQuest can just scale and scale, you know, get to 20 minutes, they're not down 4 dragons, they're not down 10k gold, they're going to be quite happy in the game.
All right, if you guys could sub in for one team, which side of the draft do you prefer? which one would you rather play?
I mean, I will play the Jarvan side. I hate playing Shivan in this scaling draft because you feel so much pressure. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fly draft, but if you can scale, you should do well. But I will take the Jarvan side. You have way more opportunities on the map. So,
what about you, APA?
I mean, I might take the opposite just because I think Dignitas is not really going to pressure them too much. But maybe I'll eat my words.
Yeah, but that's team issue, not draft issue.
I mean, it's always really interesting, right? Because people have such different perspectives on scaling versus early game. Because you're talking about pressure being on Griffin to be able to, you know, stop what Dig is doing, but at the same time,
ja, die Sache, der muss zwar fuckeln, ne?
That clock, right, where there's pressure on Dig to be able to make plays as well. So it always comes down.
Er muss zwar fuckeln auf, also Shyvana Bot Level 6, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I also think Shyvana is a scaling pick, but it's not like a huge scaling. If you reach 3 items, that's when you're more strong. But once the line of items you cannot get outscaled by killing. It's like you get one shot in the end. It's not like a huge scaling jungler, even if with the passive.
Sven's match of the week.
It sounds kind of weird, but like that's how it works.
I mean, you can already see the defensive setup from Fly. They dropped 3 wards.
Recht guter Pick gegen Lock.
Leave a bot lane ward. So they have no trinkets already. Just
okay, oder? Der E ist halt ein Blink, also
so if I'm Dardoch, if I'm
der E1 ist ein Blink, E2, ja.
I'd be potentially looking for level 3 gank.
Well, we watched the early game. Inspired is standing by with FlyQuest coach ThinkCard to talk about the draft.
Yo, so I'm here with ThinkCard, and my first question would be like, don't you think it's a bit greedy to go for a champion like Shyvana when you know that the bot lane matchup is going to be quite spicy with enemy picking Karma Caitlyn? Because you kind of could expect the Karma coming in, or like the Caitlyn coming in after they picked Karma. You think it's not too greedy for the bot lane? You think they're going to manage to go through the early game?
I think it depends on what team you're playing against. For this one, I think our bot lane's going to be just fine. And that I think a lot of teams would just 2-3 rise, you know, and make sure that you can actually like fight 2v2 and go into bot river. But I expect our bot lane to be pretty good, and it is Griffin's comfort. He's very good at the champion, and I don't even think we've lost the game on it, to be honest. So it's kind of, I trust that Griffin's going to be able to see the angles, and our bot lane will be able to survive.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's fair. I think that seems like you guys really adapt to the team that you are playing with your draft. I think playing against a team like Dignitas, I would say that probably fits your strengths. But I was honestly expecting them to take the Orianna away. We're like talking here in the draft, both mid laners like Sylas and Akali were banned, then they have 4th pick.
Ist noch niemand qualifiziert, ja.
Safe last pick.
Realistisch, Line
away, which is very good with Jarvan.
Was macht der?
Pretty good with Shyvana as well. So, did you expect to get Orianna on 4-5 when enemy have 4th pick?
Definitely not. I thought that they'd take the Orianna. It's one of Palafox's best champions. I think Locke is pretty good here. Like, you can play 2v2 and snowball the game. But if I'm Dig, I would probably prefer to have the Orianna and just really make sure you have like the scaling advantage because you have the K Karma.
Ist das BG qualified? Nee.
And I was pretty happy that we got it, to be honest.
LCP.
Is going good. Bot lane survives. Shyvana is getting a bot trap. Honestly, the worst part of the game is probably already over. So looking good so far for FlyQuest, and that will be it with my interviews. See ya, guys.
Thank you.
That's too funny.
Thank you, ThinkCard, for that interview. And how do you feel so far? You know,
Vielleicht ist momentan da gar nicht
you're
gut.
already past the hard part.
Sind sich vor Playoffs noch
Is
qualifizieren.
this the only hard part?
I don't think it's like a hard part. It's just that Jarvan didn't do a pathing to punish enough. I will say if he will just full clear and play with bot lane push, he will be way more efficient. But I do think doing the trick and base, it won't have enough pressure on the map to do anything. You're just farming. And you don't want to do that into Shyvana specifically. So,
yeah, I mean, even from mid lane perspective, Quad, even though he has TP, Palafox has the Ignite, and he got a face off. He's up a little bit of CS in the mid lane. So it seems like all the lanes are kind of just chilling. Bot is down a little bit of CS, but it seems like it's just fine.
yeah.
Lane getting pretty spicy. How do you feel about this mid lane matchup? This is Throwback to the jungle matchup, as this is what these players were doing in 2016. Griffin was 9 when Dardoch made his debut here in the LCS, back on Team Liquid.
Young kid.
Pick me anything, let me lose a piece. And Griffin's just, I don't even know what you're doing at age 9, learning your times tables or something.
The 2+2 he's learning. But yeah, I mean, that's just how time goes, you know?
It's true, yeah.
But I think for the mid lane matchup, it's Luck kind of has to make it really volatile. You know, he's a melee champion with relatively low wave clear. You can only like QQQ and then E the wave. But even then, like you're using all your skills on the wave, so enemy mid laner surely is going to hit you. So I mean, we can see it from Palafox. Anytime he finds an angle that he sees, he just E's forward, W's forward, and just tries to go for it. He does seem to be on the losing end of the trades, so maybe.
Oh my God, what's my internet? Hey.
Or Quad is just dodging them.
How do you feel then, like, if you're playing the Luck, you got to be pretty happy that Shyvana on the other side, because when you have to keep it volatile, if there's a ganking jungler, that makes it a lot more scary to play the matchup.
Yeah, you don't want to be dashing forward and then enemy Jarvan, enemy Lee Sin just comes out of the bush and
Jose Diego Warthog.
That happens in scrims.
Yeah, I will say, if you're Palafox this game and they know, they're gonna use all their trinkets level 1.
Ey, ich fick euch Vodafone.
You have to play against Jarvan. You should play to perma-dash
hörst es sofort auf.
and just perma-trade into her and have the Jarvan come first.
Ey, du hörst es sofort auf zu laggen, Vodafone.
But you just feel like they're not doing too much. They're just waiting to scale, and that's not what you want to happen this game. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by Dignitas so far. It's 5 minutes in the game. The biggest lead you have is like a 10 CS lead in the bot lane, but it feels like Dardoch
going kind of rough.
Really didn't like play to like punish anything. He's not trying to punish the Shyvana. She's even getting the 6-minute Scuttle Cap to get her level 6.
He's late.
Beste Kollege mit Akzent ist Jose Deodo, ist der Jungler von Team Liquid.
But it's going to be taken by Griffin, gets level 6 with the
Vodafone, ich ficke dich.
Is up, but of course, you know, FBI and Ignar are winning their lane, but how much of an advantage do you feel like Dignitas has to have realistically to make this draft work?
Also irgendwie Grüße, du kommst zum perfekten Zeitpunkt, wenn mein Internet gerade Upload tötet.
I just feel like the bot lane has a lead, yeah, but his own bot lane doing their
FlyQuest hat gegen alle Top-Teams gespielt bisher, ja.
Well, FlyQuest looking to start up this dragon, and it feels like it will be uncontested. You can see Dardoch pinging over towards the Krugs. He's not level 6, would be a pretty difficult fight to take. So they do just give over that first mountain dragon.
Digga, warum leckst du, Schwanz?
I always feel like when you're playing a draft that outscales and you get the first dragon, you are just given a lot of time, and you're like, you're chilling, no pressure.
All in from Quad on the mid lane.
Yeah, I will say the level 6 gap was scary. I do agree that if I'm Jarvan, you have to kind of take the fight and you shouldn't give this
well, cancel upload.
If you steal the dragon and you get level 6, you might have an angle to fight because they're forcing the
Okay, wir sind fein. Wenn ihr das hört, pause mal ganz kurz und unpause bitte, weil ihr habt fetten Delay aufgebaut.
So it feels kind of weird.
Upload passt jetzt wieder.
Against Shyvana specifically.
Oh, Internet is dog shit. If you hear this right now, just pause and unpause. Should be fine now. So ein Scheiß. Ich habe eine ganze Stunde hochgeladen, by the way, dieses scheiß Heretics gegen Ding VOD. Oder Shifters VOD. Und jetzt bei 95% stirbt mein Internet. Ich kotze. Ja, sollte jetzt fein sein mit Upload. Shit, Game. Aber 95% und dann fängt es an zu laggen. Kann nicht mehr. Na toll, egal, sollte jetzt passen. Oh, wow. Wow, guter Kill.
Beautiful play from Cryogen. Gets Masu first blood.
And there we go. Our win condition is
the entire ball in. Our Kaylin was up like 15-20 CS, and then poof, just like that, all of it's gone.
Yeah.
Good play from Cryogen with the Q flash.
Yeah, good Q flash. I mean, I think he can flash, but happens. The only issue is this is the win pressure of Dignitas draft, so dying on this and losing flash too is kind of disaster.
Yeah,
you look back
horrible.
Now, it's like top lane's winning lane, mid lane's winning lane, bot lane's winning lane. Now we got Dragon already. It seems like everywhere's kind of just winning out for FlyQuest in a comp that we think is just a scaling comp.
Savannah's FlyQuest so bad, die haben sich im Laufe des Jahres einfach nicht gut gemacht. Ungefähr 3 von diesen Losers sind halt gegen die Top-Teams, also die haben gegen C9, TL und Lion gespielt. Das sind 3 garantierte Losers eigentlich. Aber ja, die sind nicht sehr gut, ne. Wer ist dein Lieblings-Tier-1-Spieler?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of
Knight oder Inspired?
I do think Geikos has not been having the best splits.
Knight oder Inspired, einer der beiden.
I like when Denethor plays his champions like Camille and that kind of stuff. I think that's when he shines the most. But on normal matchup, Geikos is way better, at least today.
Yeah, they're going to go for the dive here. Denethor flashes out. Dardoch is in position.
Was?
But
wegen Lock-Move. Okay.
Lock is on the roam, and I think that's putting the pressure on. Denethor is having Mega available, but has no flash. We'll see if they can actually catch up. Flag and Drag catches, and Palafox going in. They grab one kill there for Denethor, and Palafox collects the soul in the top lane.
LCS plus eine Angestellte. Gezwungenermaßen Angestellte wegen deutschem Arbeitsrecht oder irgendwie sowas.
Yeah, just flashed the Bardold, but I think that kill is like a good start.
Palafox going back in. Gakkos flashes out. Palafox has to flash to respect the tower. Maybe could have just taken the tower shot and saved his flash.
Es leckt so krass, es sollte aber immer, warte mal, aber es ist fein. Es ist fein.
A little bit vegan, but it looks like he's coming back.
Also ich habe Frames gedroppt, aber er sollte jetzt fein sein.
Jetzt.
Sollte eigentlich nicht mehr laggen.
It's probably down to 3 plates now.
And the next wave is coming too, so we lose another wave for this? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's like traded.
Oh.
Oh, we'll see if he can actually finish him off. Palafox takes him
out.
He can do that?
He can do that. That's Lock, baby. His 2026 champion right there. Takes him out. Kill. And now at the end of the day, yeah, he
my God.
Nice snipe from Masu. But Denethor went from down like, what, 400 gold in top lane to actually farming some plates. He's back in the matchup, and Palafox is going to be down a tiny bit of XP, but pretty much even on gold.
About that. I feel like Locke really wants to get these kills. He wants to get stacks on his ultimate to get the higher percentage execute. And I mean, if I'm
ja, ist halt diese 20 CS, ne? 20 CS haben wir das schon, das ist brutal.
You know, it happens. He roamed, he got 1 kill, but then
und die Caitlyn ist useless. Oder was heißt useless, behind.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't even
ist die Frauenquote hier genauso arsch, ja, tolle. Tolkien hat vorher gemeint, er hat 20% Frauenquote. Ich habe im Vergleich 10, 12%, glaube ich, 11% auf Instagram. Moment mal. 20% Arsches haben ja ein Riesenproblem.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lack of composure, to be completely honest.
Yeah, they're just too happy. It's like, oh, we are scaling so free, now we can do crazy plays, but it's like, it doesn't make sense, you know? You're scaling for free.
Als ob es hier Frauen gibt, ist nur ein Mythos.
Do you think that's a case where he just didn't realize where Dardoch was on the map and just kind of, maybe a little bit of, just kind of overeager?
Diese mehr als 3 Frauen halte ich auch wieder für ein Gerücht.
If you die, and then you have tempo again, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where you should maybe look for the top lane play, but the instant the Jarvan's there, you can just back out. Like, he didn't commit anything. At worst, he's going to have to commit an ult out. But I don't
das ist ein Riesenproblem, dass da jetzt auf Botlane sich da doch for free zeigt. Jetzt schaut mal, wie Griffin da runterlaufen kann. Er hat ziemlich gespiked.
Ezreal with 2 kills, the kill from Crowdgen's Q flash, and then the Ezreal ult. He's feeling really good in this game in a lane that he's supposed to be losing.
Yeah, I mean, he has Triforce here on the same timing.
Oh, wow.
I got Collector. Dardoch could be in some trouble. Griffin does
Gut von.
Nice immune there, but the anti-timing on the Bardoll coming through.
Lol.
And he misses the binding afterwards.
Ist gut von Griffin, ne? Der hat auch sein Q1 quasi pre-buffert. Er ist tot, right? Oh shit, Palafox. Oh shit. Die Shockwave war sexy.
Just immediately deleted as he goes through the portal looking to kill Masu. And regrets that decision.
Yeah, what a disaster from Dignitas over there. They're trying to engage bot lane. They're trying to play for a 3-3, maybe with like a little bit of mid gap, and then they just don't understand that Shyvana's this strong of a champion because you weren't able to punish it early game. They get stomped in the 3-3. They get stomped in the 4-4 when both mid laners move down, and now FlyQuest are in a firm lead. They have a gold lead. Like, what else do they want?
Yeah, and this arena had item for this fight, so I think that's the biggest difference.
Also was hier Griffin macht, schaut mal, er benutzt seinen Q1 und dann ultet er quasi, weil er den Q2 und Q3 dementsprechend Auto bekommt. Auf Instagram 77% Frauen als Followers, Bruder. Okay, sorry. Mein Fehler, mein Ach.
Bad goes to worse here for Dignitas, now down 2.2k already early on in this game.
I mean, it's just a movie from Crowdgen. He's bot lane, he's top lane, he's everywhere. He's winning every fight. He's 5 KP out of 6. Like, it's just a complete support gap right now.
Yeah, I do think when you don't pressure the Bard enough, he kind of covers the Shyvana weak point, that he can move around all the map and just make the...
Übrigens sind wir hier.
That's something that FlyQuest...
Boah, das wäre schon, also irgendwie... Er hat mir gar keinen Grund dazu gegeben, aber irgendwie fände ich es cool, wenn Dardoch jetzt bei seinem Comeback Erfolg hat. Aber sein Team ist zu bad, glaube ich. Aber ich fände es sehr cool, wenn Dardoch Erfolg hat.
Be super careful walking in to get wards. He's so scared to even check one bush. But then on Crowdgen's side, he's just going top side for vision, getting a kill, going bot side. He can just do whatever he wants right now.
Remember, the LCS Championship is headed to the Gas South Arena in Atlanta, Georgia from October 3rd to 4th. Single-day tickets are now available. And we've also added some more seats at the floor level. Get them now before they are gone, and we will see you all there. And something I wanted to ask you guys about, a lot of pros I've talked to feel like Masu plays really, really well with a lead, but can struggle sometimes playing, you know, in a disadvantageous matchup or from behind. Now that he's, you know, in this position, is that something that you guys kind of see as one of his strengths?
I do think he's one of the most aggressive ADCs in the league. He's always trying to click forward. He's like, for this game, for example, he's always trying to arcane shit forward and press the lead. You can see him right now. He's just pushing mid as far up as possible. So I do think when he has those leads, it's very good for him.
Yeah, I also think he gets caught a lot of times by playing so aggressive. Like, sometimes he gets his flash and then he keeps going forward. That's kind of what happens with this type of ADs.
Yeah, there's the Cataclysm in onto Masu, but it's a nice portal out from Cryogen, and they get out of there no problem. Purgatory and Cataclysm both committed.
Mit wie FPI abgebaut hat, aber das ist einfach, also siehst du ja, du hast ja diesen Downward-Trend gesehen, ne? Über die Jahre, to be honest.
It looks like desperation, you know. How do you Jarvan ult and lock ult?
Und ich glaube, Leute wie Jorn sind halt so konstant gut besser geworden über die letzten Jahre, dass halt Leute wie FBI einfach untergehen.
They do best with these picks. Bar's just bot lane. He's pressuring the lock off of waves, and sure they're hitting the mid turret, but they only got one play. You're losing the whole bot turret.
Yeah, it looks like Palafox is very desperate to make something happen, especially with Loki. You kind of want to rush the map and kind of get a lot of.
Da Storm Surge first.
And if you cannot get anything there and just outscales you, and you're not very happy with that one, and I
cool
think he's dropping a lot of waves for it, and it's not working out too, because they're respecting too. Besides Gakkos, so.
Yeah, I mean now.
Das ist gut, ey, danke.
Quad is
oh, letzte Minute actually.
DCS. Does go a little bit under.
Nein, kein Geld, kein Money Printer mehr.
Power gold as well on the bot side, so that's creating a large lead now here for FlyQuest. It is Hextech.
Die Gelddruckmaschine ist vorbei.
So if you're a FlyQuest fan, you're probably pretty
danke,
about that, given they got the early 2 dragons.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm FlyQuest, Quad's basically Chovy right now. He's got 170 CS. He's like a full turret under him. He got 3 plates mid lane. He's like, what, probably at least 6 plates. And he just kind of do everything. I think you
Können Sie mir da verraten, wie man sich besser die Moralo hält? Chat aus, Mann. Der hat sogar 200 Abos gedrückt. Der Tag war sehr gültig.
This is desperation pedal. Like,
der Tag war sehr gültig.
You have to fight here.
Yep, the TP is going to come in, actually double TP from both Quad and Gakkos. Masu shifting forward, chunks down Palafox.
Wow, sie holen sich noch Zeit, damit Griffin herkommt. Wait, das war insane von Denator. Ich weiß nicht, ob es reicht. Ne, es reicht nicht, um zu gewinnen. Oh mein Gott. It ain't enough. Wait, der ist nicht full resettet, der Herald. Warum ist er nicht full? Bei mir wäre der full resettet. Der ist einfach nur alt. Legit. Ding is over.
Yeah, we got a boss, because I think Palafox is like, we did this combo and we didn't kill anyone? That's crazy.
Yeah, they got such a great combo at the start. You thought it was going to be like, wow, Dignitas is turning it around. And then something weird happens. Maybe it looks like Palafox is talking, so maybe there was a lock bug or something. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, we'll give you guys an update as soon as we do find out, but Masu did a good job on the side. He kind of
ja, Denator überzeugt mich bisher. Finde ich ziemlich decent.
A little bit harder for Palafox to get in as quickly as maybe he would have wanted to. And he was very low on health when he went in to try to follow up on that combo, and it just felt like he couldn't live long enough to maybe get some of those resets. Because, I mean, as soon as you start getting some kills on lock, you can go crazy.
Yeah, I do think Griffin was kind of far from the fight. That's why it looks like that they almost won the fight. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was farming a crab or something, the classic jungler camp. And yeah, I do think the camps are not as important as the Rift Herald at this point. And the Bard ulti kind of make a lot of space for the Shyvana to reach, so it wasn't that bad in the end. But yeah, surprisingly, they lost the fight after that huge combo from Dig.
Yeah.
So the update is, sorry to interrupt, the update is from Palafox. He says he encountered a lock bug. I'm not sure exactly what the bug is.
Ach du Scheiße.
Of course, referees are going to investigate.
Gut, ich habe mich kurz auf Toilette, ja. Ja, du machst dasselbe. Das dauert.
With this process, having played a lot of games,
das dauert.
Jose is maybe going to try to look back a bit and investigate on our end. But they do have, you know, shadow play where basically they can go back and they can see all your clicks, they can see everything that happened on your screen and see what it looks like.
So Jose is going back and he's watching the lock right now.
Yeah, it looks like this one, no?
Oh.
Like he flashed in the middle of his E and he canceled his E, I think. That's what happened. Like from the spec, at least. It looks like he E and then he flash, and it looks like he canceled his own E with the flash or something. Yeah.
That does kind of look weird. You would get a reset on, who is that, the Bard?
Yeah, the Bard. He will get a reset here, yeah.
And then maybe that does actually change the fight?
I think they will lose anyways, but like, it might change the fight.
But if it's a bug, it's a bug, right? You know, at the end of the day.
It doesn't look like a bug. I think he canceled his own E with the flash. That's what it looks like for me, but I don't play Log that much, so I'm not sure. But it does look like
it does look a little bit funny. Like you got stuck on the Jarvan ult for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like when you flash on champions like Yasuo or something that it looks weird, but I do think it's like he flashed in between
I think
animations.
it was just a mechanical misplay.
It looks like it, but I'm not sure.
I mean, when you're on the losing side, you kind of have to get anything you can get. You got to pause. Like, ref, that was a bug. That wasn't just me messing up.
Yeah,
well, and who knows, right? You know, we don't know for sure, but they are going to investigate it, and we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk for now, who are also going to be doing some speculation of their own.
All right, guys, what are we thinking here? We paused because of what?
An alleged bug?
We hit the combo on Gnar and we didn't win the fight, so...
Ja, was passiert ja? Das Pause wegen Lockbox.
So something's got to be wrong if...
Ref, I can't play better than that. It's not working.
Yeah, I mean, the game state was not looking good for Dig, though.
No,
I mean, they picked
I think the pause is the only thing that can save them right now.
It's a pause for mental?
Pause for mental and praying for the chrono break, maybe. 2-minute one.
For chrono break. What's the reasoning behind this chrono break?
Competitive integrity. Anyways, yeah, the game state not going too good for Dig. I mean, they had an early game comp and it's not
they didn't really use it. Yeah. I was not sure if they were aware that they had an early game comp, the way they played.
Yeah, I mean, actually, because they lost 2 dragons.
And they were just kind of chilling. They lost grab, they lost 2 dragons, they lost second crab.
Yeah, second crab was really important.
They lost everything.
Yeah, they didn't fight
and the house and the kids.
The main choice was like
and
second
crab,
they let
Caitlyn get ganked
and killed that Ezreal,
yeah. Second crab leads to the dragon in kind of a hard position in the game if they give it.
Yeah, I mean, then Griffin tried to give it back by diving top, but they also didn't.
That play you were very mad about.
They didn't execute the best, I think, Dignitas. Just flash EQ by Jarvan instantly, and then probably free kill on Shyvana that don't even waste any time.
They did kill him in the end, though.
Yeah, but they did
everything.
Hast du 24 gefunden? Nee, nie. Das ist einfach nur Wochenende.
2 minutes essentially to chase down.
Das ist einfach nur Wochenende, mein Ach.
And then you got Ezreal today. Just
Rage
bait in the Rumble, but then it didn't even matter. I mean, I thought Denethor would actually use something or get a lead off of
like
all the time happened, but
right?
like he missed a kill window for sure. Like Rumble overheated in his face, didn't have flash, and he's just about to turn mega. He missed a kill window there, so a bit disappointing to, you know, if you're in the mid lane and you see that, it's like, why did I just help top so much?
Yeah, exactly.
For no reason essentially. So a lot of things going on in his mind right now, probably during this pause.
Do you guys think Palafox really thinking I'm helping top here killing?
Yeah, I know him. He's absolutely thinking like, okay, I'm gonna sack my game for you. Now it's your turn to carry. That's how he's thinking.
I wasn't sure if he saw like the Rumble, like
now he's
300 gold on the
back probably. Because I assume there's some bug with the...
Yeah, so ref, I killed the Rumble, I died as an ulti, but somehow top isn't winning. Investigate this guy in here.
Yeah, it's not normally.
Check in PC.
Yeah. I mean, on FlyQuest side, I mean, they're just chilling. I mean, they outscale and they're already ahead. So 2 dragons.
I mean, if there is any hope,
watch this.
Yeah, check the replay out on the fight that lets.
Yo, Bruiser, can we change the thing over here to team fight? Is it possible? Because they hit this massive combination.
It looked good. It looked like this is exactly.
Oh, bitte kein Chrono Break. Wir waren hier wirklich auf dem besten Kurs Richtung 1 Uhr Schlorin. Irgendwer muss hier gegrieft haben, weil das ist insane, dass sie das nicht gewonnen haben, diesen Fight.
So they have this massive combination right here.
The Oriole whiffs, right? Yeah.
4 Mana Ulti plus 4 Mana Down Ulti, wie verlieren das? Oh, er wurde gebouncebackt.
His E went the other way, even though he clicked on the...
Ja, okay, sieht wirklich nach einem Bug aus. Na, schaut mal bei Palafox. Das sah wirklich nach einem Bug aus. Schaut nur auf den Palafox eh.
Something with the Jarvan ult made his champion dash weirdly, I think.
Slow motion.
Eyes on the lock after.
Nur auf den Lock schauen. Gleich.
He's on the left side.
He's coming in on the portal, yep.
His ult is sadly on 10 seconds cooldown, so that's unlucky. Should have went Ultimate Hunter.
And then what does he do? He presses E.
And right now his auto attack just doesn't go over the Jarvan wall.
He flashes E's backwards.
Yeah, I feel like he would one-shot 2 people with that E here.
Maybe, honestly, it could be a legit bug, yeah.
It actually looks like he E's backwards.
He's damaged through all of them. It gets
spread. But because there is so many people in the Jarvan ult and there's like no space
I feel like the
for
terrain
champion,
bug.
maybe...
There's got to be some sort of terrain bug with the Jarvan ult, I think.
I think there was just too many people there.
Maybe he A-clicked something and it goes on Ezreal.
No, but put him backwards where he should have. Like, he's not ahead of the enemy champ.
He's flashing in, but
he should be going forward with this E.
backwards towards Ezreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you can't click the Ezreal from there.
I mean, you can
exactly. No.
If he clicks on like this bar right now and one-shots him with his E,
yeah,
then he gets an E resets, and he will kill the Orianna one-shot as well. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
it actually might be a
it's actually yeah, actually good pause here by Palafox.
You know, sometimes you pause and you're like, yeah, you're just a freak, bro. Like, you miss your spells. It's nothing to do with the game.
Yeah, it honestly does look like a bug.
Veteran gameplay.
Kind of unlucky though that they don't have the Lock ult though. If Lock has ult, I actually think they might kill Rumble as well. Rumble is pretty healthy in that clip, but
they wasted both Jarvan ulti and Lock ulti on the bar portal.
Oh, that's true.
And if he had Lock ult right there, and he actually gets a kill on bar,
You're just a freak, bro.
You know, back and forth with
Mine analysis.
Come back into the game.
Lock out there, they're dead. Two of them instantly.
That actually should be a chrono break, right?
I mean, it looks like it.
But
right?
Usually when
what time?
Chrono break?
Minute 1 or?
But actually, when do they chrono break in these scenarios?
I think just
right before
the Herald.
Before that fight. The problem is there's a miracle
it's like a dead game state, I think is what they classify it as.
Yeah, you're right. They'll never get that 3-man combo again.
You're never getting that
even if they do they even want the chrono break at that point? Because it's like, FlyQuest would be like, okay, well, we're not going to miss Oriole.
Definitely chrono break
this. They got aced, so I think they want a chrono break no matter where they go.
Yeah, that is true, actually.
I think they will have a choice.
Yeah, I think a dead state is better than the outcome, and the outcome was potentially swayed by this.
They probably won't get that angle again, but they will definitely have a better game state of being aced.
Yeah.
I think it was 5-0 as well. No, they got 1 kill on Bard.
I mean, what would you guys want? Let's say you had a choice. What would
definitely
you choose?
chrono break.
Yeah, you have another chance.
Yeah. Unless you think it's lost anyway, you might as well get it over with. I think it's
we're not winning no matter what, just play it out.
Yeah, but Digital is playing for playoffs here. Like, surely they just they really care. It's a really important game for them. So
it's an important outcome to look at.
Yeah.
So can we get an update from the referees or what? Like, what's up?
Is it gonna be a chrono break?
Yeah, is Brian doing this?
And it looks weird so far.
It does look weird indeed.
That looks pretty weird.
All right, what if you're the ref? You're the ref here.
And just chrono break this. If I don't know actually what's wrong with Riot when it comes to chrono break. It's like hard to pull off. Like,
apparently it's dangerous. It can break the game.
It can break the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like chrono breaking is like they put your champions in the game
again. It's replaying.
It makes it retrace every click you did the entire game. And if at any point it goes wrong, the whole thing blows up your house.
Your house.
Okay, but fair, Dignitas has no house right now. They are homeless.
But I think they should chrono break then, and if it actually breaks the game, then it's on Riot to, I don't know, like it's Riot's fault. Like you shouldn't be punishing Dignitas for Riot not being able to make a good chrono break.
We can't blame the draft, so we're blaming Riot Games for like this one.
I mean, I think it should be chrono break.
I feel like one of the last times I remember a similar scenario where the game broke was like, I feel like it was Dardoch and Huni when they were on the same team on Echo Fox, and the game actually broke, and they resolved it by gold lead. I don't know if that's a real thing.
They resolved it, like the team won with the gold lead?
I thought so. I don't know if this is a real thing.
Like
maybe we need to ask the producers.
Yeah, you guys won.
You guys get 5 kill gold lead, it's over.
And Huni on Echo Fox.
Go off.
They're currently investigating.
Yeah.
My statement or which one? Maybe
I don't know, bro. I'm just repeating what I have in my ear, so I don't know what.
Did you play many chrono breaks? I don't know.
I had one big one in my career against FlyQuest in 2020. We had a fight where we killed.
Können die Ausmatch neu starten, deswegen eigentlich? Nee, es wird immer der, es wird der letzte neutrale Punkt quasi gewählt und darauf wird chrono breaked.
But was it actually not working? What happened then? Was it the PC?
That was during the COVID era of 2020 where we played online or remote, whatever. And
he came in rare.
So how could they even see that then? They couldn't confirm
they had
it.
Cameras and like, you know, POV or whatever.
Yeah.
And like the mouse just didn't move and the team fight was like, it's lost, let me just stop moving. Hands on the keyboard. Ref!
I thought during COVID we did have to have screen monitoring software or something.
Yeah, they did have something like that, inputs or whatever. But that was the only one I ever had, I think.
I had one the same year against FlyQuest as well. Yeah, but it was not.
Ja, Sale war unter anderem auch mal bei CNN. Du hast korrekt. Das ist korrekt.
We were
Ist das Zeitpunkt für einen Songwunsch? Nein.
Oh, they're writing something on top.
Echo Fox was Clutch Gaming 2018.
How did it resolve the game?
The game server crashed and the game
maybe that was during the last chrono break. I'm not sure if it's this one.
No. I mean, it was 2018, but since then there were other chrono breaks.
Yeah, I see. But maybe that was the last one that
they're typing.
It crashed.
Yeah.
I think
what's the mentality if you're a player on? Because like for me, it's just really stressful, or not stressful, but like really boring in terms of like we're just waiting for the outcome.
These guys, I see they're going crazy with the
keyboard. Gratuliert? Nope, big friends.
Change the scene right now, or whatever.
I mean, the mentality Dig is praying that it's a chrono break.
Yeah.
You can't see what they type?
I can't see the chat on this thing. I mean, I have it open, but
check the settings. Maybe it's the setting.
No, the chat is like on my screen, but no one's typing in it.
You start typing into them.
Huh?
You start typing as spec.
Wait, let me try.
All right.
I think they're leaving us.
They're leaving us?
Yeah, we're out of here.
All right, I
kicked
think
out.
we're going to toss him back to the casters.
It doesn't work. I can't have
Looks like
XP.
we're maybe getting back into the game. We'll see.
Maybe. Does that mean that it's not a bug then?
All right. Welcome back to the cast here. So the determination is that it was not a bug, and they are going to be playing through. So, we'll see how quickly this does get unpaused, and we'll have to continue out from this.
Wirklich?
Obviously at a pretty massive advantage.
Yeah, I mean, looks like what, 5,000 gold now? They have Dragon. Did they
Das
get
bedeutet, Game's over.
the Rip Chart in the fight? I mean,
Ja, Game's over.
probably a pretty hard game going on from Diggs, but I mean, you can see a little bit of hope. Like Denethor and Dardoch, they got a big wombo combo there. Sadly, he didn't have the lock ultimate, and looked a little bit funny on the Z with what happened.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably like one of the.
Was passiert? Also, es sah für mich sehr nach einem Bug aus mit der Lock E und Jawan Ulti.
But right now, it just looks to be hard after the team fight.
Es sah für mich sehr nach einem Bug aus.
There is a phrase
Jetzt schaut.
say one day, it's like,
Schaut auf Palafox E.
you guys heard about it? This could be the case, you know?
Also, Planet Dank von 13. Für mich ist das ein mieser Bug.
Right? But it did look very weird, I will say that. Because he flash E'd, and then the E bounced back out. Whether that's like an intended interaction with Cataclysm, or whether it's, you know, if there's not space for lock to E4 that's intended, I couldn't say.
Also, sieht für mich sehr nach einem Bug aus, aber was weiß ich schon.
Those are frustrating moments, you know, as a pro. I'm sure you guys have had those moments where it's like something weird happens, and you're told, nope, that's just how it is. Keep playing.
Naja.
Yeah, well, there is some interaction that you can never replicate because every game is different. So the option of that happening again is like very low. So yeah, you just kind of keep going with it.
Guter Chovy-Belt.
Sadly, Denethor missed the top lane engage. They were trying to punish Quad with no flash, but he's just rockabouts out of the combo.
Yeah, and we're dropping another bot wave for Palafox, so it feels worse for him, I guess.
130 CS, by the way, auf Palafox. Holy fuck.
I'm a fan of CS. He's down, what, 60 CS already in an 18-minute game? Kind of a big CS lead gap.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the thing that's always even worse with those situations is like you're down so much CS, but also the play
70
and
CS down.
the experience as well, right? And
the experience is what hurt the most.
Oh, Griffin's gonna go in here looking for Palafox.
Q3 macht so viel Damage. Boom.
Dardoch with the knockup over on a quad.
Boom.
Palafox still trying to limp out. Masu arrives. FBI hitting him and pushing him back, and now the TP into the backline comes from Denethor. But the question is it too late? He's about to mega out, has the TP shield, but the Bardoll from Cryogen just stuns him out of the air. He lost his crunch on that, and
Oh mein Gott, lebt er?
and no way
Lebt er oder stirbt er im Herald?
in the
Oh mein Gott, er lebt.
He's got no health, but he doesn't care. The drive.
Oh mein Gott, du bist mental, Griffin. Mit deinem halben HP. Wurde Chovy-Belt mal genervt? Ja.
I mean, it's just going bad to worse from Dignitas in the last few minutes of this gameplay. I know we paused, but Rift Herald was just a couple minutes ago, and then this top lane play, where it's so close to getting quad, but just not enough, and so close to getting Griffin, but then not enough. And then suddenly, the game is just exploded. Now we see the third dragon coming up. That's probably going to be theirs, and back to the fight.
Yeah, it does feel like the pause made the game longer because this game was over after that one. So yeah, it's just like they're getting styled on right now by the Rift Herald and a lot of stuff in the game.
This Bardoll was pretty sick because I think he took Denethor out of his leap. So he loses his E cooldown as he's trying to go in for the Mega Gnar play because he had no flash from that previous one.
I see, danke für den 15.
Yeah, the battle ulti was kind of insane. Also, the Rift Herald was kind of insane. 1 HP and take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Griffin's definitely playing a little bit on the knife's edge there. He definitely didn't calculate everything. But going back to live, it's like 3 dragons at 20 minutes. You have a scaling combo.
Costa Rica, was mit Spiders? Sind Spiders wieder da?
I feel like it's
Ist ja auch auf dem, am Ende des Desk.
for the Dignitas side.
Hatte irgendwas abzuklären in Polen, wir wissen nicht was. War weg, ist jetzt aber wieder back. Für nächste Woche spielen sie. Für die Roadshow.
Looking a very tough for Dig. Obviously, we all know this is like a 99% chance for them to win. What is the 1% that you're thinking about? Like, what is the play you're thinking about from Dignitas' side? Where, you know, it's probably one more team fight and then the game ends, but what is the one play you would be trying to look for that miracle?
I mean, you can maybe start it off by like getting a side lane pick onto one of Quad or Denethor, but then I guess the big hope is really just you hope for like the wombo that you saw at the Rift Herald, but then it just goes slightly better. You have the lock all this time instead, and then the lock gets full combo and maybe you get Baron and objective bounties. So I think that's kind of what they're looking for. But if you're on the FlyQuest side, you know the game's over. You know you don't have to do anything funny. You can just push waves, not die, and then
show up to objectives.
Everything is going to just keep going to your plan because Dignitas has to do something at this stage of the game or they just lose.
Yeah, exactly. I do think the Baron is the best chance for Dig, but even if you fight on Nashor, there is a high chance you still lose even in the best spot. So doesn't feel like there is a lot of plays. I think silent play nowadays are kind of easy to tell. It's like, oh, he's not showing top, he's here, you know. It's like.
Er hat gesagt, dass es was Privates ist, ja.
Yeah, it's just like.
Also das ist ja deren Ding, ne? Wenn er sagt. Also das muss er mit seiner Orga abklären, right?
We can see the playoff scenarios there just popped up. FlyQuest, whether they win 2-1 or 2-0, if they win the series, they are locked for playoffs.
Mein Torwart hat der VfB eigentlich jetzt. Bredlo startet und dann, I guess, Simon, wenn er wieder gesund ist.
They will have that chance. Baron being started up here by Shyvana, though.
I think Shyvana is one of the few champions that can actually solo Baron, especially when you change into the Dragon form with the tree damage on your Q.
Yeah.
But they do spot it out.
Yeah, Griffin does love to hit Barons alone. He does it a lot in the scrims. It's kind of funny, but he loves doing pressure a lot.
Scrim leak.
I think it's good from FlyQuest though. I know it's like a little bit funny to hear someone soloing Nash, but they're up so much gold. I think they kind of just want Dignitas to fight them.
Yeah, but even if you don't do anything, you're taking their camps, you're taking their
Wok nach Polen gebracht.
slowly and get played.
Good reference.
You have to do Nashor, but there is always the option, so they just feel pressure.
Oh, das war ein disgusting Killer, ne?
Completely whiffs, and Denethor, nice little sidestep there on the Bardoll. Flashes over the wall, does get out.
Zu Polen ist es das? Ja, doch, ne? Ich glaube, so war das. Boah, ich weiß gar nicht. 10 Jahre her bestimmt, ne?
Those playmaking tools, that's just getting that much harder.
Is that a real stat? When you're up 8,000 gold, it's 151 to 1 or 0?
Damn.
I mean, being up 8,000 gold doesn't happen too often.
I mean, it happened 151 times, so I guess it's often.
Junge, 151-0.
Years, right? Oh, LCS history.
Oh, I see.
Log
war ein Pro, ist ein Usul. Doch.
And here goes Dardoch looking for Masu, but
doch. Trust that German ist komplett cracked.
Dragon's Ascent just used over the wall. Masu shifts out to safety, and Dardoch now chunked out. Pretty low. They're just trying to force something here. Dignitas clearly feeling like they need to force because Quad is just pushing top lane for free. They're losing all their camps. They're not answering bot, so.
Thunderpack gegen Log Mitte, Akali, Leo, Cassio finde ich auch ganz nice.
Situation, you just watch your Gromp blue buff wolves get taken. Then Griffin goes to the bot side, he takes their Raptors, red buff Krugs. You think to yourself, oh now what? I can't fight them, I can't get my camps? Like, what do I even do? The only gold I'm getting is passive gold.
Yeah, it's like you're just bleeding slowly, you're just losing everywhere and you cannot do anything about it. So yeah, and Griffin is one of the junglers that he will also farm his camp, so you also go down more CS. So yeah, he doesn't let you like too much to do. And now they're just gonna play for down and just probably finish in that fight.
It just feels so hard. It feels like Dignitas can't do Baron. They don't really have the damage for it.
Yeah.
And then Griffin takes all your camps, and now he's full clearing his own camps. And there's gonna be a soul fight in a minute. And like from Dignitas' side, it's just like you just have to pray you get some Wombo, but your Gnar has no flash now. He can't do the same thing he did in the Rift Herald fight.
Yeah.
And
even if you get it when you're this far down, you look at the item completions, like every single person is up a full item.
Yeah, it's just like they're just waiting for soul. I'm also surprised they don't take Griffin camps like the FlyQuest side. If Ion is this Ephraim, he took like 5 camps for me.
Yeah, he
but
takes
they don't take a single one.
Alles klar, gegen Militation, ja.
I'll have to talk with Ion about it.
You're gonna have to bot review this game with Ion. Look at what this AD carry's doing. Took none of my camps. It's beautiful. Denethor swinging a miss there as the Rocket Belt gets Quad out to safety for the second time this game.
And that's one of the big tools that you need from the Dignitas side. The Gnar ult, it's just gone just like that. I feel like FlyQuest is playing a very disciplined game this time around. Even though they kind of pulled the Baron, but...
GV's Vorlevel behind, ja, aber was, also, Griffin ist da schon sehr gnadenlos.
So suffocating for Dignitas in this game to do anything.
Masu is just chunking them out. Now shifting forward onto Palafox, who went way too far, gets burst down here thanks to Dardoch and Palafox, but Dardoch will give his life in exchange. FBI now running. Griffin is just not losing health whatsoever. FBI flashes the wall, but just dies on the other side, and now it's a full-on retreat here for Dignitas. Ignar flashing out. Denethor not so lucky. He doesn't have a flash to try to get out. FlyQuest do lose Masu as he gets burst down, but they crush the fight regardless.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier into the game with Masu being such an aggressive ADC.
Well,
he arcane shifts forward and instantly gets punished for it, but it just doesn't matter. They're down too much.
Ulti kann auf Cooldown sein. Später auf Level 16 ist sie jedes Mal ab.
The arcane shift into 5-man people die and you still win because you're up 10,000 gold. Yeah. Sometimes you can get away with it.
Palafox now is looking. I mean, Quad and Cryogen are quite low. Griffin will be able to secure this, no problem. We'll see if Palafox can find anything. But
B-Cooldown von Shyvana ist unglaublich low später.
It's tough.
In-game.
Yeah, looking for the angle, right? But there's no real good angles at this point.
Chase Potential ist so krass.
And Griffin both up 2 levels. Palafox on the run. is just going to have to take another death here as FlyQuest have secured this game one. It's really just waiting for the Nexus to fall. Here's this one more time.
Yeah, I mean, we can see FlyQuest holding space, and then Masu just a little bit too eager. He's probably just like happy. Everyone's up 10k gold. Like,
respektlos von Masu mal wieder.
Do whatever you want. Sadly gets punished, but it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters for KDA, but for the entire game, you're still going to win.
And Shyvana literally does not lose health in this whole fight with the Caitlyn hitting him.
I had this game since Scrims, and my coach keeps telling me how OP is Shyvana, and when I play it, I don't do anything, and we lose the game in 20 minutes. So yeah, this is one of those games that she's so accelerated that it feels like she can do whatever she wants, you know?
I mean, she's up 5k.
Yeah, that's what it feels like when she's up like that much CS, you know? She just keep farming, and of course any champion with this huge lead is gonna do everything she wants, you know? So.
But yeah, going forward, I think the macro from FlyQuest is just easy. You have Baron now, they didn't contest it. I think you just go down 1 or 2 lanes if you really want, and you can kind of just push to the end. You're up so much gold, you're up so many items on every single person.
Yeah, they should just dive here, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like just push and then really just dive. I don't really see how Dignitas can fight back. They lack flashes on a few of their carries. It just seems so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Death Cap is now complete for Quad. He's got his Shockwave level 16. Any decent engage could be the end. They're going to look for Gatghost. He just goes stasis, though, and Masu is going to be able to take down Palafox. On the other side, Tempered Fate does land onto FBI. Masu shifts forward, takes him out as well. As in goes the Shockwave.
Ja, geile Kombos noch.
Descent is just on a Denethor. Gets a Meganar into the wall.
Oh, Penta oder was?
Does not matter. That's a triple kill. Masu going to be able to grab a
Quadra.
Can he find the Penta in the fountain? Let's see if
mitgedived.
Surely you got to go for it.
Nexus aufmachen und diven.
But it looks like FlyQuest not heading for him just yet. They are going to be looking for it now. Let's see if they can get Masu the Penta. They go in.
Lol.
Oh, no.
Nein, geklaut.
Gatghost steals it. But FlyQuest do take game one.
Der Türk geklaut den Penta.
I know we've been down on them so far the split, but like it looks like a pretty disciplined game. They didn't make too many mistakes, and it looked super hard for Dignitas to even get anything going for them that game.
Who's your guys' player of the game?
So, eins noch.
So I think they managed to do, like, they lead the bot lane matchup from the equation, and that kind of gives them like the win condition for free.
I would say Crowdgen. I think the early game he was like carrying. He got the kill bot lane. He roamed top lane. He did really well in the bot lane 3v3/4v4 that happened. I think the entire early game was just carried off the back of Crowdgen.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we have one Masu vote, one Cryogen vote. Analyst desk, what do you guys think?
We're a little split on the play of the game vote here, but everyone agrees it's the ball lane for FlyQuest that carried this one. You said that it was Bard that carried the whole game off of that one play where he kills FBI at like 6 minutes with the portal. We just picked the AD carry. He has 10 kills.
Yeah. ADC was just queuing. Same like you guys were hyping up Rahel, Ezreal as well. The series I think right now Ezreal was just queuing again. I think Bard did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to just go either way. It's the ball lane that carried this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Game. Yeah. But you guys were criticizing the early game of Dignitas a little bit. They were playing this winning lane bot, the strong jungler early game, and somehow nothing was happening. They didn't get any camp advantage, any
second advantage. Didn't get any drag stacking early game.
Yeah,
no
felt
pressure.
weird, honestly.
Lost Grubs, lost Drake, lost crab.
Everything.
They have to pick something.
Zero ganks is done as well. They didn't gank mid. They didn't do anything. Zero dives, zero pressure.
So what did they do?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Didn't do nothing.
Draft that needs to be proactive, and that's just not.
That's
just not how they're gonna win. So
I mean, for me, it does start at the second crab. They have to.
Transparenz ist ein sehr decent Host, ja. Man hat ja auch, als er bevor er Dignitas gejoint ist, war er auch ein bisschen auf dem Podcast. Also.
Well, we gotta talk about the Pagoda moment of the game. If you're watching the LCS, make sure to spam the Pagoda emote in the chat. If you see a Pog where we play, this game's Pagoda moment was in the ball lane, obviously, with a winning team fight in FlyQuest. All right, let me get over there and drive this one. Hang on.
I think the game's pretty even, and FlyQuest just takes a fight on their spike, no?
We're talking about how FlyQuest, because they won early game, when it comes shouldn't be winning early game, they have the double Trinity Force and the Ludens in the mid lane.
Bleib jetzt Host? Nope. Nur heute.
And this fight was kind of what decided the entire game. It was kind of the last hope for Dignitas, so let's play it.
One little note, use their last trap in
we have no traps on Caitlyn playing as Bard, so when this battle happens here, which is kind of like fine synergy from FlyQuest,
Dann kann ich doch direkt mal die Schedule machen, oder? Haben wir denn morgen? Morgen haben wir nicht, ne? Also 12 Uhr wahrscheinlich live, 12 bis 14 Uhr live.
Actually, the Juggernaut was good to get him out of the barbecue.
12 bis 14 Uhr live. Ist Collector auf Kate reportable? Ja, also, er ist behind, deswegen ist es ein bisschen Troll, aber ja.
Doesn't get the kill on Masu. It felt like this moment kind of ruined the whole game for Dignitas. I mean, they were down, what, let's say 300 gold or something? 400 gold in this moment right here.
Yeah.
Rapid display, they're down.
Even at this game stage, kind of losing already for Dig.
E-Sport, Recap aufnehmen. Solo Queue. Das ist morgen, dann ist Dienstag. Auch nichts bis abends.
Dig season ended there.
There was that one teamfight at the Herald.
Dienstag ist dann auch 12 bis 14 Uhr Solo Queue.
Some interaction between Jarvan ult blocking Lock from going inside.
I mean, we thought it was all a bug, right? We thought
Und dann 17 Uhr PRM, Playoffs, Post-Stream.
It was a remake, but a Chrono Break at least, but that didn't happen. And I guess we have a playoff.
Ne, wieder E-Cup, immer live, ja, immer live
We
jetzt.
gotta do.
It's already solved then? Current playoff odds, 69%, so they're
So
still
Dig
not
lose
confirmed.
and they're out. And FlyQuest win and Clutch playoffs eliminate DSG and Dig with the win. So 2 teams.
Okay, so if they win a game, then they're...
No.
Zwischen Weihnachten 1, ne?
Next game, they're
Dienstag 17 Uhr ist UL vs Ross BO5.
Okay.
Dig has to win to keep their chances alive, and FlyQuest can knock 2 teams out with the win.
I mean, honestly, after this game, I don't
Ja, CK ist Mittwoch auch noch nicht, ne?
Maybe they will put Ignar on some engage support this time.
Season Planes sind nicht Mittwoch. Doch, Mittwoch, wait. Es ist Mittwoch, warte mal, wann ist LPL?
Comp, if you're playing like this, for Dig, just given how your season's going, you need some scaling for sure.
What can you draft?
Das ist am Freitag. Okay, erster LPL-Ding ist am Freitag.
I really think just like Kai'Sa, Alistar, Kai'Sa RL, maybe some different fighting.
10 Uhr
Yeah,
LCK
fight, I think.
Playoff.
Karma's out. They can get a melee support. There's like drafts to do it.
KT
It's not
vs
possible,
Pro.
though. Ignore on a melee
Best
champ.
of
Maybe
5.
start some
Because I think if
fight.
the game goes like that if
Dann
there's like
17
400
Uhr
difference at like
Rare M.
like 12 minutes in,
Yeah.
and you have another
Playoffs,
chance for that,
Co-Stream und dann Mittwoch ist 1 vs KK BO5.
But you just draft something else and be happy fighting when they.
Dass ihr den Prompter nicht lesen, ist so lustig, ne?
Cryogen.
Cryogen.
Nice.
I mean,
So
yeah,
team
what was
line
it?
over here.
Am Donnerstag ist
I mean, it's really hard to get it on support.
BFX vs Nungshin BO5 und dann um 17 Uhr haben wir Big vs G2 Nord BO5.
You just choose one guy in the ball and this guy's the guy who carries. This guy's just a freak.
Look, the viewers actually.
They know ball. They're agreeing with
Yeah,
us.
they're kind of the goats.
0% for jungle. We probably have
Do
the
these
biggest
numbers
gold lead
add
in
up
the
to
game.
100%? I think they
Quick
do.
maths. Quick maths. That's,
I don't think so.
They don't.
they don't. They really do not.
so.
Bisschen scuffed, ne, das ist ja mit Absicht so, also dass die Viewer halt sehen, wie clueless die Pros als Hosts sind.
Yeah.
Das ist schon sehr funny.
Production, bro.
You just exposed us
You're
here.
not supposed to say
You're not
that to
supposed
the
to say that.
teleprompter.
You're not supposed to give us fake stats.
My bad, bro. I actually went to school, so. Anyways, I don't know what else to say.
Maybe game 2 will be closer.
They have the graphic on screen here.
Don't miss any LCS action. Your favorite food delivered on Uber Eats. Bro, I actually use Uber Eats a lot. It's kind of nice when like the sponsor is something you actually use, right?
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah,
Uber Eats main these days.
Yeah, same.
All right, game 2 between
Wie unserious sind die?
Dignitas is coming up after this break, so stick with us.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Dann Freitag haben wir um 17 Uhr LEC Co-Stream und that's it, right? On to the next one. Ja, LEC ist am Freitag, Samstag und Sonntag. Dann Season Playoffs in NCK fangen am 29. an. Okay. Wartet. Hast nicht eben von LPL Freitag gesprochen? Ja, Freitag ist auch LPL. Freitag ist LPL um 8 Uhr und dann um 10 Uhr ist auch LCK. Samstag ist 11 Uhr LPL und 10 Uhr... Warte. Samstag ist 10 Uhr LCK. Uhr ist LPL Playoff Koststream, dann 17 Uhr ist die LCS. 22 Uhr. Und Sonntag ist dasselbe. Die Woche ist actually sehr gut durchgetaktet, to be honest. Woche ist sehr, sehr gut durchgetaktet. Bin ich eigentlich ganz happy mit. So. Okay, Schedule ist fertig. Passt. Passt. Das geht raus. Und das geht rein. Okay. Gewisser mit das schon wieder Solo Queue soll er machen. Soll er nur nicht 15 Stunden am Tag spielen, der Penner. Dann sind wir fein. So.
Welcome back to the LCS.
Boah, ey, super Base. Dann kann ich Mittwoch und Donnerstag kann ich erst um 8 Uhr aufstehen statt um 7 Uhr. Wow. Das ist Todesbased.
Had a lot of fun in game one.
Dann kann ich Freitag Sport skippen und dann gehe ich dafür Samstag. Wow, wow, wow. Grandios.
I mean, I think they chose like the early game comp that needs to get stuff done, and then they kind of didn't do anything in my opinion.
Dann kommt Winterzeit, dann ist ja eh alles vorbei.
Either they need to take a different
Dann ist ja eh Worlds.
and
Scheißegal.
them go for the scaling with how they looked like they wanted to play, or just get active a little bit. Dardock started that game doing Raptors and doing 3 camps and basing. Instead of basing, maybe go gank bot, go invade Griffin on the Shyvana, try to do something, and that's what I would want.
Yeah, I don't know if scaling is the play because I don't think you have the tools to reach late game by how they're playing. But I do think you have to go for the same setup, and try to do better than that one. I don't think you should play with the scaling when you're playing not as well in the early game. So, yeah, I don't think you can reach to the point that your comp is OP. Like Yunara Lulu, those kind of comps are not gonna be good if you're playing not as well in the early game.
Makes a lot of sense. So, thinking about the Dignitas players, like what kind of picks do you think we might expect from them if they are looking for more of that early game focus? They have first pick here, so they are going to be starting out the draft.
Well, I do think banning Lee Sin nowadays is not as good because Lee Sin is 2-8 in LCS, so I don't think people should ban Lee Sin specifically against Team Liquid. They should leave Lee Sin open.
Yeah, I heard Jose's Lee Sin is really bad.
Yeah, so it's good if we can start leaving Lee Sin open because I don't think Lee Sin is doing that well in other games. Besides that, I do think there is a lot of jungle bans for this game, which it kind of favors Griffin for his playstyle of having like weird champs. So,
yeah, I think Griffin's champion pool though has kind of been found out with the weird champs. The Nasus, the Shyvana. The Nasus has even been nerfed.
What happened to game one then? Dignitas didn't find it out.
they forgot about it. Yeah, I will
like
say
the APA Ziggs. It gets banned, and then every once in a while, someone lets it through.
Yeah, when are they gonna forget my Lee Sin?
You played a little too well at MSI, bro.
Yeah, I also think this game is a lot of, like I was saying, jungle bans. Ambessa looks not bad for Griffin if he wants to pull it off this game. There is a lot of jungle bans. Maybe Poppy you can play against it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what's in the Dardock champion pool. it seems like they might even be looking for the Investo with the Poppy ban.
Top, I guess.
Yeah. Also, Nafiri has huge prio, but there is also the Wukong that can counter it. So I do think going for other lanes has more value than jungle, even with all these jungle bans.
I mean, at Jace first pick, I mean,
amerikanischer Jace mal wieder.
top laner Zeus, but
Are you guys Jace haters?
Are you saying Venator is not
Ben
safe?
was popping off on Jace being trash yesterday.
I'm not that big of a fan of Jace if you play in a Western region.
So NA Jace is not good.
What do you think?
NA Jace or maybe EU Jace or anything that's not Zeus Jace.
I mean, I have Morgan, so my Jace is not NA. That's all I can tell.
Stimmt, morgen ist Koreaner, ja, sehr balanced.
All right, well, it's going to be the Jace first.
Ja, hat basically den Passport rausgeholt.
Line, of course,
Good.
Quad. That was always one of his specialty picks, something that he's very, very comfortable in, even when it wasn't in the meta. And now, given that it is in the meta, what do you think you'd be expecting Palafox to play? Are you looking at things like Syndra that is up and available, or what kind of angle are you thinking of?
You can look at the Syndra for Palafox, but you have to keep in mind that this Cassio can be flexed now in the current meta. So if you pick something like Syndra, or let's say you go Galio, you can instantly be answered with a Tristana or Yone, so be a little bit careful. I think the safest to me though is probably the Syndra.
Yeah, I do think the preparation from Dig is kind of bad this game because you know Griffin wants to play Ambessa, they ban for it. And you also want to take the Cassio against Ambessa because he's a good champion against it. So yeah, I don't think Jace first pick has enough value to counter. It's also quad Cassio and he's kind of good at it. And I don't even think this Victor Cassio matchup is that good to like make him play it. So
yeah, I'm not.
I guess Victor could also go bot too, though.
Yeah, you can match it bot lane, but I feel like when I think of Palafox, I think Syndra is like pretty solid as a champion for him. So
and does lend more to what you guys were talking about, being able to have more playmaking, more early game, action, that kind of thing, whereas Victor is a lot slower.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the mid matchup is that good. I feel like Cassio gets prio, and then if you land 1Q, you can kind of run Victor down. Sure, as the lane goes on and Victor scales, you can start to laser you out and bzz, bzz, bzz.
Yeah.
But early lane, it's not really like that. You don't have the mana pool, you don't have the damage. So, but it is still technically a counter pick. You do see it from time to time, but I don't think it's like one of those picks that does really well in lane per se. It just scales well into the game.
So it is going to be Cassante, so we now know that it is going to be Griffin piloting the Ambessa here. How do you feel about the Wukong matchup, Jose?
Well, it's probably favored for Wukong, but Wukong is not a huge like fighting champion. It's not like Lee Sin, it's not like Jarvan. So the Ambessa kind of can farm for free, and that's what Griffin wants technically. He wants to farm and wants to scale, so having this approach against the Ambessa is not like ideal. I will say there is a lot of good options in jungle, but some of them are banned, and you kind of knew it was coming. So Wukong is probably the best you can take, unless you have like a pocket pick against Ambessa. So yeah, I do think it's favored for Wukong, but it's not like a huge advantage.
So what are you guys thinking about for, assuming this is all topside picks and we don't have the bot lane yet, what are you thinking about for potential bot lane things, to kind of like round out the draft? Are you wanting more engage? Are you happy to play for prio? What are you guys kind of thinking of?
Das schlechte Team aus der LCS, ja, Dignitas hat gestern gegen das Guys verloren, also es muss Dignitas sein.
More than anything, or do you want to play a bot lane that doesn't need jungle resources, specifically with Wukong too? Yeah, I don't think like Wukong Jace is also like a huge combo, so you kind of need someone to tank the pressure from any team. And since they have Ambessa, it's not like you have a huge threat for that pressure anyway. So yeah, you can get away with a lot of stuff this game.
Yeah, I mean, I would just be looking at combos like, you said Yunara. There's Lucian that FlyQuest ends up banning away. There's stuff like Ash Seraphine that you can maybe look at, even though it's not played too much right now. I would just be looking at just combos.
How much importance are you placing on CC, with the Ambessa, obviously? The nerf quite a while ago now, but on the cast time on the ulti. Do you feel like FlyQuest should be drafting some sort of hard CC, or is it fine just playing around Petrifying Gaze, Pathmaker, etc.?
Based on what they're doing last game, I do think they will take the scaling side again. Like maybe they even take the Lulu here or something like that, based on what they were doing last series. And they ban all the Nautis. Oh, Camille is interesting, honestly.
From what I've seen from Krajan in scrims on the Camille, he just plays extremely active early on. Like he always goes and invades the enemy jungle.
Welche Champs in Solo Queue? Ich finde Syndra ist unglaublich stark. Unglaublich stark.
I think I wasn't really expecting to just be blinded like this, given the game, but I don't think it's too bad. I think he's quite a good Camille support player.
He's also kind of good because
Syndra, eine kleine Ari. Vielleicht ein bisschen Victor, wenn dir Victor Spaß macht.
It's kind of good for him to pick the Camille. I don't know how good it is after the nerfs. I mean, we don't think it's that good ourselves, but like some players think it is, so maybe it's still good.
And we'll see. Could definitely create a lot of chaos still. It is going to be Ziggs Rel as the answer here. So Dig does pick up a bit more poke to kind of work with the Jace. And could potentially flex this.
Cassio Bot, Akali Mitte. Ja.
Answer to the Victor in mid lane.
I mean, I like the Kali so far.
Ja, ist gültig.
Dig has low CC.
Wenig CC, ja.
Like, biggest CC is Rel, but Akali doesn't really care about Rel, in my opinion.
Aber halt auch Support kann mir, und das hasse ich.
Alright, Battleline Matchup from what
Das finde ich auch gut, versuchen nur einen zweiten, also rein metatechnisch, Cassio super, Victor super.
And then now you just get a free Akali game.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, FlyQuest does the thing that they wait until 20 seconds for swap at the last second, so I do think that Akali is going mid lane. Yeah, I do think that Akali is going mid lane. I don't think he's going bot lane. That's what FlyQuest does, and I do think it's an interesting strat. I don't know how you can predict that, you know? It's like, oh, 20 seconds coming, be ready to swap, you know?
It is kind of wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be shocked if Masu actually plays it, because I feel like Akali is one of those champions that you need a lot of games on to really make it worthwhile. And it is, as expected, going to be swapped to mid lane to answer what Palafox has there. Which draft do you like more? I know you said you weren't really a fan of the Jace, but I always feel like Jace, at least in poke comps, like when you have additional forms of poke, feels like it's a lot easier to play it out. When it's just Jace plus engage or something, the shock blasts feel a lot more meaningless.
I mean, I'm a fan of the FlyQuest draft. I like how they got Akali, such a nice matchup. It seems like a really good Akali game.
Ja, bin ich 100% überzeugt vom FlyQuest Draft wieder, aber mal sehen, das war schon ziemlich schlecht letzte Game. Schon ziemlich schlecht.
Scales super nice into the game.
Yeah, sort of the same for me. I do think the FlyQuest draft is way better with the Cassio Flex. The Akali is like the Joker pick on this draft, and she kind of has to win the game alone. And yeah, I think the Camille will cover the Ambessa timers, like the last game the Bard was doing the same.
Oh, ich habe mein Kreatin nicht genommen. Scheiße.
And you can already see it. Crowdgen roams top lane level 1, drops a ward, help the Cassante out, and the lane just, you know, get humped a little bit less. And I think he's going to go back to the bot lane.
That's the technical term. Well, I want to talk a little bit about these two junglers, since we have you here, Jose. So this is the jungle scouting report. This is the jungle proximity, you know, based on each lane. So, you know, towards top, towards, you know, mid lane, bot, and support. How do you feel these two players kind of like differ as far as their play styles and, you know, maybe where they're kind of focusing their time on the map?
Well, I do think Griffin tends to pat a lot towards bot lane, which is where the camps are and where the dragon is, and he always tries to do these dragons on spawn. That's why his jungle proximity to bot lane is so high, but it's not like he's ganking bot. He's just there because he's doing something.
Just
bot
waiting
crab.
as he farms the ground.
Either he's on bot crab or dragon, or he's just there. He's not like a huge pressure jungler. And I do think that she's not having like a huge impact on the map nowadays. That's why he's standing
not so deep.
Which makes him like look a bit worse overall, because he's not pressuring enough on like either taking vision or pressuring laners to be scared, you know. So you kind of feel like the game is like easy to play.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the stats are exactly where they're going. Dardog passed top lane more.
Yep.
Griffin passed bot lane more, and from what it looks like, they're both just going to full clear to the opposite sides, to their respective players they path to more.
Yeah, I mean, if you do this 3-camp that the Wukong is doing, you kind of want to look for bot lane.
Lass mal lieber einen Check.
You
Ja,
don't
check
have
ich
like
schon.
a huge threat on their bot lane, so he's pathing up normally, and I think if he started blue, he will have more like pressure on the Cassandra than just starting wolf, because now he's going to be late for topside too. So
feels like Palafox is getting a lot of damage down on quad. He's hit every single laser so far on quad.
I do think this Akali is fake news, you know. Whenever I see Quid playing Akali into something, he's 1 HP, and then he's out of nowhere for 500 HP.
They run out of mana.
He's 1 HP though, but he's up 2 CS. And Victor is slowly going out of mana. You already used the potion on Akali. So
another post, he's like, how is he full HP? I just hit him 20 times. It's the same.
So it does look like the mid lane matchup is going a little bit poorly, but I mean, it's what Jose said. It's like fake news. Akali's up CS. I think she's going to get a few extra waves, as many as she can, until Victor either pushes her out or runs out of mana, and then Akali's just going to be chilling.
It always feels like that to me in a lot of these melee versus range matchups, that it kind of just like is your health bar versus their mana bar. And if you can hit enough and get enough autos down and get them low enough, then all of a sudden sometimes it does swing and the melee champions really start to fall behind. But as you're saying, you know, until he's actually like really low again, he just popped his potion and everything, it can be a little bit fake news. We are into a pause. I will let you know if I find about.
Yeah, I mean, Victor's already at 200 mana. He has like 3 more E's, maybe 4. And Akali's 400 HP. It's like you're doing at most 100 damage per E now. I feel like even though Akali's low, she's pretty happy in the lane. And I think if instant you get one good trade, like you go Shroud, you get a Q, you get an auto, suddenly Victor the one's going to have to base.
Akali E is actually Zig's ult, as I've found. Anytime Akali hits 1 E, you are losing all of your HP.
Yeah, it's just a straight nuke.
Yep. So it was a
Nochmal versuchen, was du geschrieben hast, Elle. Also nochmal bitte in...
So he's reporting that there's a visual bug with the Victor laser. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but we are hoping that a quick relog is going to fix it. He seemed to think it was going to fix it, so he is relogging, and hopefully we'll be able to get that fixed up. I don't actually know the Victor visual bug. Do you know anything about this? I don't really play a lot of Victor.
I wasn't watching too closely, and from spectator, everything looked normal.
Yeah.
So
just wasn't sure if it was like a common thing.
0:47 Bruder, was redest du?
The only one I know
Du schreibst, hast du Cock liegen? Und dann schreibst du 0:47 aufwachen.
That's the only one I've seen. But I don't know how normal it is. It happened like 2-3 times.
Hast du gekokst oder was willst du von mir?
It's always with that skin that he's using too. So.
Do you play?
Man darf ja wohl noch nett fragen, oder?
Roles, or are you mostly a jungler in solo queue?
Nein, du kannst meinen Schwanz nicht sehen, falls das die Frage ist.
To play the amazing jungle role.
How about you, APA? Are you mostly just mid lane, or do you like bouncing around? I know different people have different
I queue mid bot, but I get auto-foot a lot.
Auf Shem, ja, ich check schon.
The most popular role in NA. You always see there's like so many mid laners, even in the top 10.
Ich bin Thanos, Big Man sagen, was sagst du dazu? Mein Beileid, mein Freund.
I think Dave Mon plays mid lane. I think all 5 of us are top 10, and so anytime you queue mid during
everyone's competing for it.
You're always just like, you know, only 2 people can go to the same role, so you're always auto-filled.
Were you happy with mage meta then? Because you could just play the same champ spot.
Start das Game ein Ach.
For a good portion, that's why I was queuing bot lane. I would just queue mid bot, and it's like, oh, well, I can't play Cinder mid, so I guess I'll play Cinder bot lane.
We were thinking at one point, is Cena gonna put APA bot for our series? Because he can play mages too.
The Ziggs!
And they have 2 mages now.
Well, I think my bot lane champion pool doesn't go past the mages, sadly. It's like the mages, Corki Tristana, and that's about it.
There you go. That's all you need for game 1. You know, they can't ban them all. we're first picking Trist bot because everything else is banned. Well, we're still just waiting for this to be fixed up. Hopefully, it will not take much longer. I will update you guys as soon as I hear anything else from production. But of course, this game is very early on in it. What are we kind of looking at is like if you guys had to establish like win conditions for Dignitas, what would you say you want to see them kind of get done, or how would you like to see them play?
Well, it's good if you can, whenever I see this Wukong champ, it's good if you can trade kills early game, because if you accelerate this champion, it's so OP when you get Triforce early game. It feels so oppressive to play in fights too. So if you can get this champion to 1 item as fast as you can, it's pretty helpful for your champion. And the other side is kind of looking for the same too. So it does feel like you kind of play around mid lane to not let the Akali get away with the free laning phase, but also there is a Camille that is going to impact your lane. So you kind of want to match 3v3 mid lane as much as you can and just play around that one. It's probably what's going to happen. That's what I'm thinking for the Wukong side, but I don't think pathing top is that good because you kind of give free pathing to the Ambessa too. So, yeah.
How do you feel about 5v5's
Er spricht ja gerade das war Jose de, oder?
How the comps match up, how you would want to see them play it out, because obviously, you know, there is a fair bit of poke on the Dig side, but there's also a lot of hard engage options between, you know, the Akali, the Cassante, the Camille, as well as the Ambessa on the other side.
I mean, for me, I think the early game is probably going to be run by the Camille. Like, it looks like Cassio gets power over Ziggs as she...
Schimmer Jungleman seit dem Daily Rework.
That Cassio's prowl bot lane. So I think eventually you'll start to see Camille branch out into the jungle, try and help like a Raptor invade, or, you know, the 6-minute Scuttle Crab that comes up, or the first dragon, or whatever it is. We'll see Camille get a little bit more active, and she's a little bit more useful than Rel. And then I think from the Dig side, it's like, you primarily just look at the Jace. You know, Jace is always known for getting these super massive gold leads in the top lane. So I think that's what I would be looking for. Jace is already up winning lane like a tiny bit, and we'll see if he can explode that to make it, you know, something meaningful. And then I think both jungle matchups, both champions want gold. Like Jose's talking about how Kong wants to Triforce, but I think Ambessa also in the same vein. She just wants her items. I'm not sure if she's going to go Eclipse or some other item, or Profane or something.
Oh no, Griffin is going Dead Dance Profane every game, don't worry.
And then...
well, look, a bit of a look of frustration on Palafox's face. As he was the one dealing with the visual bug, so they did do the full reset. You know, they tried to relog, that didn't work, so I think they reset the PC and then went into the game, and you could see he's looking a little frustrated, so my guess is that it didn't actually resolve the bug. And it can be tough, you know. Talk to me a little bit about pauses.
Holy fuck, man.
I always feel like when I have
Alles delayed.
in tournaments and stuff, I found it super frustrating, you know, because it felt like it's kind of taking you out of the mode. How do you guys feel about pauses and how you kind of deal with
I mean,
those?
I think it's like you have to,
especially when you're losing.
Yeah, you have to know like the flow of the game. You know what I mean? You have to know the flow of like, hey, I think enemy jungle is here because X amount of time ago they were here, and then it's like once you pause for 10 minutes, you pause for 15 minutes, you just lose everything. And it's just like, huh, where's the enemy jungler? My wave's on the opposite side of the lane. I have no clue where the enemy jungler is.
Yeah, I do think it's based on when the pause happens and when the state of the game is, because if you pause at 3 minutes, it's like, it's fine. The game just started, everything is
Das ist die zweite Schuss.
5 minutes ish. It's like you kind of lose like.
Das ist die zweite Schuss.
Depends on how long the pause is too. Yeah, or if it's a chrono break, and yeah, they're typing old chat here.
So I just got an update. So the update is the visual bug for Palafox is that basically his E is showing on cooldown randomly. It's just randomly showing as though it's on cooldown even when he's not using it, which is obviously pretty important. So they are going to have to actually chrono break this game. They're going to be chrono breaking back to see if that will fix the issue. Otherwise, we'll have to go on from there. That seems like a pretty important thing, being able to
Yeah. I mean, and Jose was talking about it's early enough in the game. It's 2 minutes 30.
Nothing's really happened.
No one really has like too big of an advantage. Like I think the biggest advantage we see is 5 CS in the top lane, which we'll probably get again. So I think it's completely reasonable.
Wo die Trikot-Ranking
it's that big of a bug because that's a big bug. You can't know when your laser's on cooldown, the biggest spell you use in lane. It's pretty annoying.
Yep, that is definitely frustrating for them to deal with. Hello, as we're on camera right now. I don't know if you guys were watching yesterday, but there was a stat that was kind of interesting. It was like Jace with a 1,000 gold lead at 15 minutes had something like, I want to say, I'm kind of ballparking, but it's about a 55% win rate or something like that in NA. And so it is kind of talking about like, leads on different champions obviously are not all created equals. Like even Jace with a massive lead at 15 is barely winning more than half the games.
Yeah. I mean, I do think Jace is like a cheat champion. It's like the Kiana jungle too. That you see this champion have like a huge gold lead, but it's just the champion that creates his own leads based on how you play. Specifically, you're playing against Casante. You're kind of like bashing stuff like tuk, 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 and he cannot do anything about it. So it's just the champion does that to every matchup, unless it's like, I don't know, maybe Malphite that can kill you.
Haben die alle Hand, das sind Handwärmer.
But besides that, it's like pretty normal.
Ach, schau, das Game, well, es muss erstmal remade werden.
Make you win the game, because or else it will be perma-pick.
Here we go.
Oh, das wird spannend.
So it's Jace with over 1,000 gold difference at 15 is 34 and 27 before yesterday's game. So not the best win rate, even with a pretty significant lead. And then obviously if Jace gets behind it, is a disaster.
I'd be curious what the average is when
average gold difference?
Like when any champion is up 1,000 gold. Like what the average
Submit the request.
To the
just yell it out to the ether. Stats guy, Leo, get on it. And we have a request.
What's the stat when Jace is behind in gold?
There you go. Now we have 2 requests. Leo, get on it. We need these stats pronto here.
We need these stats. The viewers need it.
The viewers crave the stats.
We need dopamine in this broadcast right now.
Inject us with some dopamine. Let's get some cool stats.
We're just in pause jail, so we gotta start.
Stats.
Do you guys ever use Games of Legends? The matchup tool?
Yeah, I used it to check when Quid is saying, oh, this matchup is good, Milan. So I log in, GoGG. Oh, is this good? 1 in 10 matchup.
40% win rate?
Yeah,
are you sure, Quid?
I don't think it's good. No, it's good. Then we play it, and he goes bad too, so I don't know.
Do you ever, there's a tool, I think it might be...
Ich sollte mal schlafen, geht, pennen, wenn ihr morgen arbeiten müsst, Freunde.
Based on
Diese Series ist nicht worth it.
You can set the lane, and you can see the average CSD and stuff like that.
Durch ein müder Schifferschleiß mitten im Tag.
I don't use that specifically too much. I think the biggest thing I use is I'll just go like top regions, see what's winning. I'll go to the mid lane. Oh, Oriana's, she's like 5 and 3
practice or something.
And then Ryze is 2 and 8, so it's like maybe Ryze is being a little bit overvalued, or this champion's being a little bit undervalued, stuff like that. That's primarily how I use it, and just like, oh, I haven't been playing a lot of this champion. Maybe I'll play this champion more in solo queue.
Yeah. Or if I don't want to play a champion, I will look for the bad stats and be like, yo, this champion is not doing well.
Coach,
we should
look
stop
at this.
playing this.
Unser Paper fertig schreiben, also
we
passt
can't
doch.
play it. What are you talking about?
That one's also good, yeah.
Do you guys use Analytics and stuff? Are you into like all the item stats?
Schon morgen auf keinen Fall arbeiten, keine Sorge, Fliese, bei dir bin ich.
And some players are like,
keine andere Erwartungshaltung.
They're looking up all the like item win rates, based on everything, and they have it, all filtered down. And some people are like, this item feels good, that's why I build it.
I'm kind of both ways. Like I'll look at the stats and it'll be like, I don't know, for Cinder mid, there's a new build, you go Mandate and you go Storm Surge. So it's like, I'll look at the stats and then I'll try it and like, oh hey, this feels pretty good, this feels pretty bad, like whatever you feel, and then I'll just go from there. So it does give me new ideas from time to time.
So it gives you the idea, but then at the end of the day, it's on vibes.
Yeah, it's kind of like you kind of feel it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's a good win rate, it's like, oh, it's a good win rate because it's solo queue and you're getting too big of a lead because you're against noobs and not against good players.
Yeah, I just think like it's similar for me. There is champions like, I don't know, maybe Skarner, for example, that you can go hard steal in solo queue, but in scrims you cannot go because you can go the protoplasm.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are things that you have to try, you know, and you have to know by yourself if it is good or not.
We got the stats. The stat requests came in. Okay, so LCS win percentage when any champ has a 1,000 gold lead or greater at 15, almost 77% win rate, whereas Jace is at about 55-ish.
So
significantly worse than Jace. And then the record when Jace is behind over 1,000 gold at 15, 7-21 all time. So Jace from behind not doing so hot.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen enough stats personally. Put the Jace in the bag.
Yeah, hide him from NA players.
55% win rate when the average is 76% win rate.
Yeah,
that's a pretty substantial gap to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like it's similar with a lot of the early game champions. Though you'd probably have similar stats if you're not looking kind of just like overall average. Like I would
wie lange dauert ein Chrono Break?
Or something that is kind of considered more early game.
Aber Urlaub, ja, aber deswegen müssen wir nicht einen Schlafen uns komplett an jemand fahren.
Like Karma when the team has X gold advantage type of thing. Could maybe be a good example compared to some of the others. Yeah. Or like
Jungle Timo probiert ein paar Games, aber
like, yeah, Lauren is down 1k, but is he?
Yeah, and then he gives the upgrades and he's not down anymore.
Yep, exactly. Or Scion, right? You get so much free health from your Soul Furnace that gold leads kind of feel fake, right? It's like, yeah, you're down 500 gold, but I have 800 bonus health.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. Still didn't fix it. The Chrono Break is still going bad.
That is pretty tragic.
Yeah.
So no updates from QC just yet. It's they're estimating about 2 minutes right now to maybe get the next update or to fix. This is a tough day for Palafox as far as.
Muss um 6 raus, dann geht Pen. Zwar dabei, dass Chrono Break wird, die E von Victor zeigt randomly an, dass sie auf Cooldown ist. Obwohl sie es nicht ist.
Yeah, and especially after having after losing, I don't know how you guys feel. If I ever lose a game, I just want to get instantly back in and play the next game. You know, you kind of want, okay, yeah, I know what I messed up. All right, let's just go. Let's play.
Yeah.
And then you get in and then you pause and then you okay, restart, relog, Chrono Break. None of it's fixing it. I feel like it is much easier when you're on the winning side. Like the vibes are looking pretty good still on the FlyQuest side. They're chilling. We just stomped them game 1. When you just lost, you're like stewing in it.
Yeah, I mean everyone's smiling on the FlyQuest side. He penned over to the big side.
Much less happy.
Palafox is upset about some Victor E cooldown bug. FBI is like, fuck, man.
Ooh. First one. we got it.
Oh, don't bother me, please.
The swear jar.
Yeah, I mean, so far, yeah. Not too much you can do about it. Specifically, we got new casters today, so I don't know. This is first day at job and we're getting.
Hier, komm, 5 Stunden Schlaf sind fein, ist nicht fein, Bro, ist nicht Bro und ich schlaf wenig.
Sabotage from production.
Holy fuck, es dauert ewig, Mann.
The producers have rigged it to be bugged for you guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
Normally this will be 2 games of 20 minutes. FlyQuest go home, but they just want to make it longer, I guess.
They're trying to stretch out how long the pros are here on the broadcast.
Exactly. We're trying to get the value out of you guys.
Ist ja Victor nicht bewegt quasi. Ja, im HUD hat es bei Palafox Random gezeigt, dass sein E auf Cooldown ist und so weiter.
Okay, so the update is now that because the relog didn't work, the restart didn't work, the Chrono Break didn't work,
Remake became
offered a full remake, so they are gonna accept that. So we are gonna be remaking.
Ach du Scheiße.
I assume it would just be same drafts locked in. I don't exactly know.
Ach du Scheiße.
So so it's a fully different draft. We're just a full.
Ach du Scheiße.
Rare, I feel.
This is a pretty big bug for Victor to not know when your E's off cooldown.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Disabled just like that?
There you go. Disabled.
Aber I mean, this is fair, right?
From interesting to see how fast they fix the bug too, because that could be pretty big for playoffs and everything.
Yeah, I feel like it could change the whole draft up because they did Casio 1-2 for quad, or well for Masu.
Yep.
And then you answered it with the Victor, which was obviously the preferred answer.
Oder es wird wieder 2 Uhr, obwohl das einfach 2x2-0 wird. Insanity.
Or if they're gonna have another pick that like Syndra or Gallia or something.
Or completely change the entire
Insanity.
draft. Maybe they don't want to first pick Jace anymore if they have to play that matchup.
They're like, I don't have another
Maybe
Casio
we want
pick.
the Casio.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Casio now. Maybe this is my only pick. I had in the Casio.
Because we had 5 jungle bands and then the Olaf, if I recall correctly, in this draft, right? So
yeah,
we are going to be remaking, so hopefully that will be done here pretty quickly, and then we're going to be right back in a draft. Apologies for the delays. Of course, this does just.
Gut, dann lasse ich kurz Werbung laufen. Warte, dann lösche ich die Wette und ich lasse kurz Werbung laufen.
Your first taste of filling. I've had. You guys are having it easy though. Back in the stone age of esports, sometimes you'd be up here as a caster and you'd be filling for hours. Well, tournament with no updates.
Well, to be honest, it's better to be here because when you're a player and you're sitting on your chair, you cannot even speak because then you get fined. So
don't they let you after a certain amount of time? I thought then the rules get relaxed.
Looks like they're talking about whatever they want to talk now. So
yeah, now after 25 minutes of silence, yeah.
Do you guys like the white noise or does it drive you crazy?
The white noise and the howling abyss, like the closet.
Yeah.
I'm not too big of a fan of it because it's like you have the cheering.
Oh,
like
it's different white noise.
Yeah.
So it's a lower tier list of the white noise. It's the Chihuahua white noise.
Yeah.
Was liegt da aber irgendein Bug im HUD?
Yeah.
Was die cool angezeigt hat.
The cheering from like Let's Go FlyQuest from one of the previous finals.
Yeah.
But no one, like the producers would be like, nah, it's not Let's Go FlyQuest. they try to muffle it, but it's like half muffled.
That's funny.
So I'm not a fan of this one, but the one on like the main stage, it's like it's fine.
When you guys practice, do you listen to music or are you in-game sounds only?
No, even when I play solo queue, I play without music. I don't know how normal that is, but
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll play music, but on scrims, like I don't like to listen to music because you know, I like to talk to my teammates and stuff, and then I'll ask, you know, I'll ask Bob or something, and if I'm playing music a bit too loud, I can't hear him. I was like, what did you say?
All right. Pauses this split before today. 7, the new stat. I didn't know we had 7. Maybe they were quick ones. Sometimes you just get the like pause and it's instant resolve.
Some were mine, but
Ist so schlimm, ja. Es ist wohl randomly auf Cooldown, obwohl es nicht auf Cooldown ist.
Maybe you're just the pause guy. Like 2 today with you. Earlier, there's some with you.
We need a stat on that now. Pauses this split before today. 7 pauses during Pro Player Day. 2. So we know that Jose is at least responsible for the 2 pauses today. And the keyboard pause. How many keyboard pauses do we have?
Maybe like 3 that game.
3?
Oh God.
Yeah,
he's 5.
Ja, kurz zur Toilette, weil das dauert noch, bis der Drop startet. Junge.
He's like 50-60% right there. That's, you know, that's a good stat.
Don't schedule me with this guy again. It's just pause duty for him.
I think one of the funniest pauses did it happen to you? Where Masu spilled his coffee into someone's computer. I think it was your computer, right?
Yeah.
He dumped a whole coffee into a computer and just toasted the computer.
Like a cup of coffee, and he spilled Quad's coffee.
Yeah.
And then I'm playing the next series, so of course I had to wait. And then
I remember we got the Insta replay of him knocking it over into the computer.
And then you guys don't know, but my like seat and like the area just smelled like coffee the entire series. So I was just like, man, I guess I'm just like, I'm extra caffeinated, I suppose.
You got debuffed.
We're back. Wait, the coaches are back.
We're back. Yeah, because they're drafting again.
Ooh.
Maybe for Pro Player Day, no coaches.
Yeah,
true.
The players should draft.
True. Put
that would be nice. You hear that, TL coaches? Jose letting them know.
Oof. If I have to draft, some bad stuff might happen there. 3 lanes prior into losing in 20 minutes.
Yeah, Jose seems like Mr. Early Game. He's like, I want to be able to make the plays. My team must roam for me.
Now.
Okay.
Just like that?
Yeah, so it's completely different now. So J-Spin, and we are going to get this up on screen here shortly, I'm sure. Olaf, Vi, as well as Syndra.
Yeah, they banned Syndra. It looks like maybe they'll do the Casio first pick that we were talking about since Victor's now gone.
And Jace got banned, right? So that's the other change there. So it does kind of raise the prio of that Casio first pick potentially here with Syndra banned, with Victor disabled for this game, if you are just joining us now.
This feels like a scrim, you know? Sometimes you have a draft that you don't like, and then you drop, and you're like, okay, we change draft, and you ban their first pick, so you change the whole draft. So it feels like a scrim, you know?
We're in an alternate timeline.
Yeah, you just changed just like that. Now Cassie's gone too.
Maybe this is the timeline where Dignitas wins Worlds.
Yeah.
All thanks to that pause caused by Jose Diodo.
No, thanks to Palafox this one.
True. Actually, thanks to Palafox, he found the bug.
All right, well, Lucian's coming through, so the expectation, of course, is going to be Lucian Melio bot lane. Though TL has played Lucian Nami a couple times.
Yep.
You guys are pretty much the only people in Tier 1, though, that were playing much of it, at least at the time of picking, I remember seeing.
I do think it's like a core special more than anything. I like the Melio more, and every time I suggest Melio to core, he's like, the champion is like, I like Nami healing in lane. So it's like, sure, you know, just pick Nami, and it's going to be similar. You know, the idea of the champions is same almost. So, yeah, I do think Flycos likes to play Sen and Outi, so I don't know how good the Lucian first pick is for D.
Yeah, I like the nulls instantly into the Lucian. It's like a champion that's low range, you have to dash in and come into the mid game. You're always thinking about this oppressive Lucian on the mid game, or mid lane, and the null's is just there. You just press ult, you don't have to land a hook. You just press your point and click spell when he dashes in. He's always in range when he's dashing. And so far it looks like a good answer. And I know, like Jose said, Masu is known for his Senna, so...
Only the second Senna pick so far this split, so definitely hasn't been a popular pick. 0-1 so far throughout the split. Milio, as expected here, will be locked in. Milio 3-8 so far in the LCS.
Ach, guck mal. Okay.
That's a little bit surprising.
Wo ist komplette Game deleted? Ja. Wo ist das? Ich war kurz auf der Toilette, weil wir auf den Draft warten mussten.
He games Legend you. You're like, hey, Core, why don't we play Milio? And he's like, it's 3-8.
He's all the same, yeah.
Can't be playing it.
That's what I got it.
You've been countered.
Yeah.
And then now with both these mid lane picks and the Victor gone, seems like a solid game to go Rise. Like all of his, I suppose, answers for Quad.
Ja, jetzt ist die Kasse natürlich gebannt, ne? Das ist ein bisschen auch, also...
He's gonna take that,
ja.
or maybe he just drops and, Griffin picks some funny pick here on 3.
I don't know how funny picks you can go with Sen and Outi. I do think you have to have a high pressure jungler. I don't know if he can get away with this game. I think Pantheon has huge value for them, and they might take it. Oh, Asir is a good answer into Rise. Yeah, good matchup. But I do think the prio for jungle pick on would be a high pressure jungle like Pantheon or something like that.
Do you expect to just see like PTA? I know we've seen a lot of PTA, Dusk and Dawn is here, that kind of style. But some people still like Nashor, some people go different routes.
I think Quad has shown Azir a few times so far on stage since the buffs that it went through. And I think both times he went PTA Nashors, if I recall correctly. I don't recall what he went second core.
I'll check.
But
checking two.
I would expect fully just him
two
to go
doses.
PTA and go Nashors first.
Nashors, PTA, both games, no Dusk and Dawn. Do you kind of like the tankier style build? I know it's always interesting because some players...
Beim Draft würde ich ein Game 3, also... Senna Nautilus gibt mir auch nicht so viel Confidence, aber mal sehen.
Having a little bit more HP in the build, it kind of just depends on, obviously, the comp you're playing into and then also the player's preferences.
I think the Dawn build is like a little bit more bursty because it gets you PTA proc faster, obviously one more auto faster.
Yeah.
And then it has like the Spellblade passive, so
low health, a little heal.
Yeah, you burst a little bit and you're a little bit tankier, but Nashor's is overall more damage, so it's kind of just what you're looking for. If you're looking for a little bit more burst, you can go PTA and then Dusk, and then if you're looking for just full DPS,
If they have an Ornn or something that you have to kill.
Yeah, then I think you can go Nashor's. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see Quad stick to what he's been running with Nashor's PTA. I'm a big fan of Azir recently, since the buffs he was changed, like PTA was changed. It was like bug fixed for him, and then obviously you got the buff on his Q, again like 15 damage I believe. Both sizable buffs. He's surprisingly a lot like stronger in lane. He's still a little bit weak, but he's more or less stronger with both the buffs coming in. So I wouldn't even expect him to struggle too hard in lane. He might lose Prow early on, but as the lane goes on, he gets levels 6 to 8, I would say. You can start to fight back for Prow.
Interesting. So Vayne Ban was responded to by the
Auf dem Draft Remake. Es gab einen HUD-Bug mit Victor. Da hat es den einfach randomly also hat einfach randomly cooler angezeigt beim Victor E oder sowas. Dementsprechend Victor disabled und deswegen auch ein Full Draft Remake. Ja, geht schon wieder Jungle besser. Du Animal. Aber ich kann auch Doppeln gehen jetzt mit Renekton.
Maybe Poppy is the answer for Ambessa here, but I don't even know how good Poppy is into Sen and Outi Acid.
Yeah, it doesn't sound that great into those champions. You're kind of outranged and you're not even blocking the dash.
So, anders immer gleicher Draft Weapon, ist anderer Draft, also kompletter Draft
value, even so for both teams with this type of matchup, but yeah, the Poppy comes through. I don't know if they're gonna flex it that much. Ooh.
Mag Victor eh nicht, Brüll.
That's interesting. Well, Venator, a lot of people don't know this for viewers, but Venator used to be like a 1-3 Camille when he was playing solo queue.
Played it yesterday as well.
Yeah, he's kind of good at it. I do think he's one of the best matchups. But blinding them, Camille like this, I don't know how good it is. Even with all these bans, it's good matchup in Dombesa though, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And there are quite a few top lane bans. I mean, Jax and Renekton are two champions that Camille can struggle with top lane, and they're already banned out as well. I don't know, did you guys watch the game yesterday? He played against Gnar.
I watched a little bit of it, yes.
A little bit, yeah. He was winning the matchup, if I'm not wrong, yesterday.
He was down in the 1v1, but he was finding some good plays and stuff. There was one thing I kind of felt like, because it was, we talked about these range versus melee matchups in mid lane. And Dardoch didn't really go up there at all. And I always feel like if you are going to go for a more spicy matchup, you kind of need your jungler up there because you need to for these counter picks to work. And Ivern as a answer here. This is like the throwback to when Inspired was on FlyQuest, where they used to play Ivern plus some of these carries. And this is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Dignitas Center this game is like a time bomb. This Ivern champion is really willing to trundle because of you cannot get punished and you can are better in fights too, and you cannot get punished by his ulti because he doesn't have enough range to reach you. And yeah, I do think FlyQuest has the advantage on the range, but Dignitas again playing the early game aggressive thump.
Giga scaling.
Yeah, and they want to fight early game and make some stuff happen in the map.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I think the Ryze will have a lot of power in the mid lane against the Azir. He just EQ. The wave's going to disappear. I'm curious to see how much pressure he can apply to the bot lane, because from what I understand about Senna, Nolus, Lucian Milio, is that Lucian Milio, they do win the early game. They get outscaled, but they do win the early game. So maybe with all this mid control, all this bot lane control, you can maybe run more up to bot lane, get an early dragon or something going for you. That's what I would be looking for this game. And then hope.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And it is interesting in this FlyQuest.
Gerade sagen, machen wir jetzt nicht. Das haben die ja gedraftet, lass die da mal, Mann. Vielleicht nehmen die das Draft, es einfach auszuspielen. Well, sie haben basically keine Gage. Also ich würde wahrscheinlich disagreeen. Vor allem für ein Team wie Dignitas, die sowieso schon strugglen. Finde ich den Draft sehr schwer.
How much do you think this is going to affect top lane, potential 2v2s and things like that, Jose? When we talked about Denethor, you said he's really good on this Camille, and it's a good matchup. Well, how much does that change now with the Ivern versus Trundle?
I do think this game is going to be a lot of bot lane, even with this top lane spicy matchup, because
Fast kein Damage bei Flygrasp. Ich finde, Azir ist relativ stark auf 2 Items. Und ja, Senna ist ein Fragezeichen natürlich, aber kein Damage.
In base like level 3-4, the Ivern is gonna be there faster. So it's based on what Griffin wants to punish first, because he's faster no matter what he does.
And it does look like Griffin knows the clear. Yeah. You start in the wolf camp and then you queue the blue buff over.
Yep. Very normal clear, yeah. He's gonna go grump after and then just gonna follow the clear. I mean, this you cannot fail with this. You literally just clicking. If you miss the queue, you need to get banned from competitive. So, yeah.
Jetzt Q auf die Wolves.
Seems like it's always like a really fast Iron clear. It's like 2:30, right, or something like that.
2:25, I think.
Wow,
if
that fast?
Yeah, if you want smite, you can do it slower for the crab, specifically saving the smite. But if you see your bot lane losing trades like this, you can speed up your clear and help them faster, like saving golems and going faster. Yeah, that's something you can do. It looks like he's gonna do that one.
This is a little thing, but I'm kind of curious on your take on it, Jose. Like, if you're playing Trundle, obviously there's not.
Wer war mal Inu? Dardoch? Nein, Dardoch war ganz oldschool LCS-Spieler. Der war nie in EU.
Should have been playing Glacial instead. Like, do you think that just maybe is irrelevant? What's your kind of take on that? Do you feel better about that playing the Trundle now?
Well, wollte seinen
I do think you wanna make it spicy and
seinen On-Stream-Moment.
Either invading him level 1 and making him like doubt what he needs to do, or like disrupt his pathing. Because if you let him full clear like this, he's just gonna be faster than you, and you don't wanna be.
Ja, er ist full clear, der smitet seinen Red, seine Kruggies.
So yeah.
Wir sehen die Pros, also die Caster.
Look now, he's 220. He's gonna smite it. He's gonna be.
Das ist Rosside, oder?
Yeah, I mean you can see it from Palafox side.
Das ist AP.
He's playing mid lane super aggressively, but now you have to be a little bit scared. Like your Trundle's still doing blue, still doing Grom, and Ivern just has time to either gank bot or mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, will be tough. And
Und das ist der.
Reward, of course, should be aware of it though. The heal's gonna get.
I mean, Ivern ist cool. Oh, FBI ist.
Oh yeah. But Ignar is just blocking Griffin from being able to find any sort of Q himself. So they get out of there. It does cost them the flash and the heal, but it is of course traded for the flash and heal there from Cryogen.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I think he should regank bot lane again. He had too much time. Like Trundle still didn't full clear, and now he just finished, and now he's like, oh, I'm done. But I do think he had another timer to pressure bot lane again. But even if you don't kill him, getting their summoners is kind of huge for the bot lane matchup. You're kind of happy with that one?
A little bit scared now, though.
Yeah,
your jungler's going top side. You have Trundle, you can play the gank, or just dive bot lane. It looks like that's what Dardoch is looking to do.
Yeah.
So you have to be a little bit worried if you're Moss.
Also muss voll wegrennen,
which feels really bad.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Moss hat schon 10 Stacks, by the way. Was?
If Dardoch wants to spend the time to do it. But of course,
Moment mal, was? Wir sind mit 3, by the way. Bro, der hat 12 Stacks. Was?
To a nice little early lead here.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, if you're Dig, you're happy. You weren't
Das
really
ist crazy viel.
For the Ivern gank, but you end up denying the Senna a wave. You get a plate. Like, you're pretty happy going to base now.
Yeah.
All right, so Griffin.
I mean, das wird tight. Das wird sehr, sehr tight mit dem Timer.
So, Griffin gonna try to steal this away. We don't know exactly where Dardoch
is. A big
is.
greedy, yeah.
It's gonna be really scary for Griffin now. He gets pillared.
Yeah,
flashen.
We're gonna be looking. The flash is for.
Aber es ist jetzt natürlich bad für Denator.
Back sweep does miss, so Griffin will not be slowed down and can walk out. Steals the Krug, loses his flash.
Interessant, was mit den eigenen Krugs passiert jetzt.
Mit den
eigenen
I mean, denying golems is kind of important for jungles nowadays. It's the highest XP camp, if I'm not wrong. So denying this camp feels kind of nice. Ivern doesn't get like huge value, but
also Masu ist sehr viel mit seiner am Start, ja.
So if you, as long as you don't misstep, he's gonna do his full clear again. He's gonna mark his camp, gonna base again, and have another tempo. So he should be happy with that one. Yeah.
The wave looking really good here for Dignitas as, obviously they crashed the wave bot. Senna was, around, tried to push out a
Interessant,
little
was
bit,
Griffin macht, er wartet halt, aber eigentlich sollte er basen, glaube ich.
Under his tower, but the buy is good for Masu because he did stay around a little bit longer to push out. Has the pickaxe and the
Obwohl, er kann jetzt wieder hochgehen. Seine Raptors müssten gleich fertig sein zum Collecten. Jetzt müssten seine Wolves gleich fertig sein und dann kann er gleich seine, und seine Raptors kann er collecten, Topside-Camps und dann basen. Eigentlich ganz angenehm für den Ivern. Kann jetzt Raptors collecten, Wolves, Gromp, dann basen, dann Kruggies into Wolf, into
Every time I watch, Quad's just even CS, he's chilling on the Azir.
Do you think Rise should naturally be able to get prio here, or is this something where
eigentlich ganz interessant.
Jungler and kind of make it a multi-step play where you try to put some pressure on the Azir and
so jetzt Base und dann öffnet der Botside und die gehen vielleicht fighten, mal sehen.
Cool. You play too far up, you can just get flipped. You're still in a mobile champion. But
oh wow. Griffin based nicht.
Just gonna start the dragon. Probably the bot prio. I think his mid laner is a bit stronger, and they know Griffin's no flash, so maybe that's the punishment for Griffin taking the Krugs.
Yeah, I don't know how easy this dragon is based on the position on the map.
Yeah,
oh wow, sie wollen committen, ne?
First move, Griffin does spot it.
Oh wow, sie wollen committen.
Getting pretty low here. Cryogen and Masu fighting. They're going to turn for the fight. The pillar there onto Masu. It's Cryogen just has to pop, heal, and run. FBI dashing forward, doesn't have the damage to finish him off. And Dardoch has been tanking this tower for so long. This dragon, excuse me. Quad is going forward. They will be able to secure it. Palafox in the back line. Griffin, FBI is in the middle of everyone. And FBI is going to go down for first.
Ach du Scheiße, und das ist Vollfirma.
Cryogen, which is at least something for
Vollfirma, Geist, du kannst hier nicht so sterben, es geht nicht, du darfst nicht so sterben.
I don't think it's that worth. I mean, it's sort of the same as the last game. You're playing the side that doesn't want to scale and giving one fight for free. This happens because the Ivern took your golem, so Dardos feels the pressure to like start Dragon. Yeah. And since he won't have the smite upgrade, it's also risky to flip it. So yeah, I mean, it's like just a 50-50 fight.
Da zu sterben ist so bad.
You shouldn't be that happy because of the champions you're playing. So yeah, feels kind of bad.
Dardoch was so low from the dragon before this even started.
Yeah, he was tanking it for what seemed like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and I mean, it doesn't that much damage, but over time, of course. And then FBI just tries to zone the enemy bot lane, and his team gets pushed out, and he's just left in a 1v4, and nothing he can really do about it.
All right, well, we'll see if Dignitas can get anything done here. Griffin down to the bot side. Cryogen, the hook will miss.
That was disgusting.
See, flashed in. Can't connect there.
Yeah, I mean, kind of good play from Fly. I mean, trying it is good. I think the execution was not there.
Oh, Denethor is very low here. Did actually use the passive, and he's going to go in with the public execution. Denethor has the Hextech ultimatum, barely survives, uses his flash and his ult. And Gakkos now building a pretty significant advantage here. Already up a good 10 CS after this wave, and is going to be able to grab a plate.
Hey, lass Daisy nur, du Arschloch.
For Denethor with no TP, he gets his recall denied again.
Yeah,
top lane is fucking fried.
From the previous wave. Now he missed this whole wave.
Top lane is so fried, man. Was zur Hölle ist da passiert? War das nur wegen dem einen Help von Denator? Das kann ich mir kaum vorstellen.
It's sort of what we said before, like, even if the matchup in top lane is very spicy, junglers are going to be focused in bot lane. So whoever plays this matchup better is going to have a huge lead no matter what. Like, nobody's going to be there, so yeah.
And then even something like that, like Firefox's Realm morphing to the mid lane just to not lose a wave. I mean, if you're on the FlyQuest side, we're talking about them scaling again. They have these scaling picks so that they go into the game. Like, the only thing you're down is a dragon, but you're up nearly 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
So going to be feeling really good about their position now. It looks like Griffin going to be the one starting up the grubs here. And Dardoch is heading out down towards the bot side. potentially. So we'll see if there's going to be any sort of a contest for now. But I mean, Quad is already here. They're at least going to get 2, you have to think, and maybe just going to get all 3, because, yeah, Griffin's going for bot or Scuttle. Or, excuse me, Dardoch's going for bot Scuttle.
I mean, getting 3 voices with Ivan is kind of crazy. This champion is so slow to
Ja.
hit, and just getting 3 is like a...
Normalerweise brauchst du Daisy dafür.
You're getting everything on the map. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, every time you look mid lane, it looks like Quad just boxes Palafox out with his soldiers, and that seems a bit hard, but Palafox says now, I'm just going to drop those 4 CS and try to gank bot lane.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to pull this off. The pillar comes in, the culling, tickling Cryogen.
Sie müssen diven.
To speak of, Dardoch going to start this up.
Oh, war ja.
Coming in. This is a risky dive. They're looking for Cryogen. The Senna ult is there. Palafox
Okay, funktioniert.
But now Quad will arrive. That's super
Denethor.
helping it to work out. On the top side, Denethor looking like he is about to get finished off under the tower, but the trigger seed does pop onto Denethor, pulls aggro for Gakgos, and at least for now, they have to back off of that dive on the top side. Looking like they're thinking about rediving it, but Griffin's getting a bit nervous and just decides to back off.
Yeah, maybe they're not too confident. Maybe they think someone could be basing. I mean,
30 Stacks auf Senna.
Kill. They knew that Cryogen from the previous play had no flash, and now he's walking straight back into Trundle. This could be scary.
And he does see Trundle there with the sweeper, but not very concerned. I guess Ignar and FBI were pretty far back, so not much of an angle to actually go aggressive there onto Cryogen. And yeah, like you said, very good run of
36
for Dig. Of course, Denethor, is still down in that matchup, and things could be a little bit difficult there. Masu at this point, 28 souls, 29 souls. That's actually quite good for pro play in a matchup. Especially, I always find, like, I play a lot of Senna, and when you're playing against range support, it's so much harder to actually farm souls effectively versus if you're playing against something that's like low threat, like a Braum or something, you're getting souls for free every time they Targon.
Yeah, I mean, I do think still, even if like...
Ja, und noch TK mit Senna. Wir sehen ganz wenig Senna, also und wenn, dann nicht mit TK, meine ich.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they can do with the next dragon. I think they have to keep the like pressure on the pedal a little bit, you could say.
Aber vielleicht sehe ich echt gut letztes Split. Ja, I mean, sie haben gegen alle guten Teams, also sie sind halt kein Top-3-Teams, heißt von den 3 Top-3-Teams gab es schon mal einen Arsch voll.
They're going to look here. They have the Hextech ultimate.
Oh, wow, ist er tot?
Buffer with the public execution might just kill off Denethor. Denethor has to kite it out. FBI and Dardoch are here, so as long as Denethor doesn't walk in, this should be a kill for them, no problem.
Was?
The question is, can he get that kill? The Breath of Life has to be used. And that was a lot of extra tools spent there. Ignar had to
wow, Dignitas hat viele Wards da unten. What the fuck? 4 Wards?
Could have just played a little bit more slowly, let his teammates get the kill.
Yeah.
I mean, the question now is if it's worth it. You get a kill in the top lane, and you're going to get probably at least a few plates.
Yeah.
But you're trading it for plates in the bot lane. You're losing at least 1 wave in the bot lane, then of course the dragon now.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this, if you're gonna do this swap, and you should commit to hit the top tower with the Trundle, because it doesn't make sense. You're giving dragon, you're getting bot waves a bit, and I don't know, you're just playing for 1 kill, and the enemy team is gonna just be happy with the dragon because they're playing the scaling comp. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a huge.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the lane assignments now. It looks like Gakgos from base is going bot lane, and then FBI is actually going mid lane with Palafox going top, and then it seems like everyone's just matching lanes. They decided quest points. Who cares? We're just gonna match.
And the Asir should be happy into the Rise too, because he has Nashor Tooth, so this is like when it starts become too rough for Rise. So.
And
das Carry von Papa gespielt. Boah, ich kann mich nicht mehr erinnern. Kann ich mich nicht mehr erinnern.
Different lanes on the map. Will already have their quest completed, which is quite nice for them. And the other thing I will say is that at least Dig did deny a couple waves on top after they did push that in. Wasn't a cannon wave, so they denied. I think it was at least 2 waves there. So that's something that they got back while losing the dragon. It is going to be Amasu getting chunked out here, and will be Chemtech Soul, which is always a little bit nicer when you are playing kind of like Ivor and Melio, these enchanter-style champions. So it's not bad. It feels like for either side.
Yeah,
I mean, from Dignitas, if you remember, like 5 minutes ago, they're down 1,000 gold. They're like maybe suffering a little bit, but Dig has made 2 good plays back to back. It doesn't really look like they're winning too hard. I mean, they're down a little bit of gold now, but it's much better than being down 1,000 gold.
So how big of a scaling advantage do you guys see it for FlyQuest? Like, do you think that Dignitas can still win if they're even on gold? Do you think they have to be significantly ahead?
Well, I do think the scaling comps nowadays are not like that annoying as before. I know there was a point in League that if you would just play Seri Smolder, there was a point that Seri Smolder will just take over the game. Nowadays, it's not that easy to like carry the game 1v9. You kind of get one-shot by everything. So having a scaling comps is not that important. But I do think when you don't have engaged and when you don't have like a way to kill these threats, like these carries, it does become annoying. And I think this game for Dignitas is sort of what's going to happen. Even with the Camille engaging, they don't have enough damage to one-shot either a Zero.
I don't know, ich sehe das Game hier auf 3 zu gehen und dann ist es so schwierig für FlyQuest zu verlieren.
There's a lot to fight through, and the Zero, and the Senna shield, and the Senna heals. Like, it's a lot you have to actually be able to kill through.
Yeah, but if they will have a different comp, like, I don't know, Bayard is sort of like this, you know, one-shot 6 Camille, something
so
like
viel Stacks auch Dashfire rein für den Prime.
It's not the case.
So viele Stackies.
Do something in the game.
Well,
I mean, you can see the scaling already coming in from the Azir. For the past few waves, you've just seen him pushing Palafox. And Griffin comes up. He's just hitting top tier for free, and Azir takes turrets really fast.
Dive on bot side. Trundle going to start it out. There's the Senna ult to buy some time. Denethor goes in with the X-Tech ultimatum. Gakkos cannot outplay it. Nice dive on the.
Ich finde es immer komisch, weil ich glaube, da gehst du einfach immer für die Wave, zumindest. Immer Wave gehen. Ich liebe Ivan, ist cool. Ich glaube, in die Comp passt er auch gut rein.
On bot side here, utilizing that Trundle, one of the best tower killers in the entire game.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about scaling. Camille's, as a champion, she scales really well. I know we saw her in support role for a while, but you know, give her Triforce, give her some levels, she scales really well, and she's got a 500 gold even though her laning phase was quite rough.
And I always feel like when you're playing top lane and you're playing a Triforce champion into an Eclipse champion, when they finish Eclipse, it is like so cursed. You just can't win any trade. But then when you get Triforce and they're still just on that Eclipse, it's kind of your turn to run the show. And so Denethor now at a pretty good point in the game. Yesterday, he went Triforce into Ravenous Hydra. Kind of just expecting the same here today. Of course, once you get
ja, man kann auf jeden Fall Serpents auf Evolution bauen. Ich glaube, Diabel hat gestern gemacht, heute. Also ist möglich, ja. Als drittes, glaube ich sogar. Aber der hatte Essence Reaver, Navori, Serpents, glaube ich.
Maybe he crosses now, though?
Yeah, it looks like he is heading up there. You can see that Denethor is working on that bot wave, pushing that in. Dignitas trying to get some prio here. Masu, they're going to just jump on him. The color is whiffing on everything, though.
Went wide.
Did he get rooted? I didn't actually catch that.
He just missed.
He just missed. All right, well, Cryogen could be in some trouble. Nice buffer there on the Rune Prison as he was rooted up. Cryogen and Griffin, only ones here right now. Quad going to TP in and try to help out. FBI does get into that side brush. Gakkos arrives, going to be getting a nice chunk down onto Palafox. The Nautilus ult going to be thrown down on the Palafox. He has the flash on Dardoch in the middle of everyone as Cryogen finds out of safety. In goes Quad. Public execution at the perfect timing. FBI wishes he had his flash.
But Denethor
on the back line, though, trying to finish off Masu. I don't know if he's going to be able to put flashes in the barrier.
Koreanischer Azir mit Kills.
GG. As well. Can't finish off the Senna. It is 2 for 3 at the end of the day, but that feels a lot better for FlyQuest as they've even got Herald.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take tier 1. Maybe they even get a crash for tier 2. I don't know if they'll take it, though. But overall, it's like, you feel really nice. Like, this is he pretty much won lane, and then he just keeps getting gold. He got top turret, he got mid turret, now he got some kills.
Yeah.
This game's going so well for this year. You have to start to be a little bit more careful of him.
Yeah, I do think people forgot how to play into Azir because people stopped playing it because he got nerfed like 20 times in a row. And now he's sort of buff time, so you can play again. But giving gold to this champion, you should never be happy giving gold to Azir because he's a very snowball champion, and once he gets like 2-3 items.
Champion aber Simos ist big. I mean, gegen die kommt, wie willst du teamfighten? Es ist impossible mit diesem Champion zu teamfighten hier, gegen die kommt. Geht nicht.
Thought he could at least get the 1 kill, but there's the barrier, there's the Iron Shield. It's a lot of tools to get through and just didn't quite have the damage.
Also die Ryze ein Playboss für Ryze? Nein. Das ist Skill-Diff. I mean, Lane sollte viel entspannter sein. Und der soll, also du musst halt mit Ryze die ganze Zeit Top-Lane oder Bot-Lane rum, ne?
Feeling, I think, pretty good about their position after that. There's so many missing flashes. It's just Masu who has his in the game right now, and I guess Griffin's came back up.
Yeah, I think Dignitas, like, game plan right now just seems to be keep making silent plays. Doesn't really matter who. But you see Dardoch here. Goes pillar on Gakkos.
Yeah, nothing will happen here.
And I think they might even end up just trading the Dragon for top tier 1. Just keep getting more gold on your Ryze. Ryze is still a champion that does scale really well. You know, you get level 16, you get 3 core with your Actualizer, and you can start to pump out a lot of damage.
And they're going to be able to take this tower. And make sure you're not running on empty to the Gas South Arena in Atlanta, Georgia from October 3rd and 4th. Single-day tickets are now available, and we've also added more seats at the floor level. So if you want to be up close to the action, make sure you grab those before they are gone. Dardoch will take a camp, will take a tower, and FlyQuest.
Es sind so fucking cooked, guys. 50 Stacks, Minute 18.
Always feels nice as Senna when you can kind of just bounce between mid lane and these neutral objectives because they actually drop a lot of souls when you have free time. You can really accelerate how quickly you're getting these souls.
I mean, he has, what, 51 souls right now?
Yeah.
That's pretty good for 18 minutes in the game, as far as I understand.
Really good for pro play for sure, I think. Yeah. And he's going to be going Black Cleaver, which is always really nice to have for the Ambessa as well. You know, a little bit of...
Quad gezeigt nach dem Shadow Flame, wenn ich es richtig sehe.
Yeah, I do think Senna this game is like completely fine already. She went through the worst part of it, and now she's going to hit 2 items, which is a pretty huge spike for Senna too. So I do think FlyQuest can just start hitting battle whenever they want with 2 items as here and just force the fight. I think that's the best they can do because you don't want to go into a silent game into Camille Rice. You just want to make them come to fight you. So. Yeah.
And with Senna and Ivern, you're so healthy hitting Baron that it's like you can kind of keep doing it and force them to come into you over and over. Griffin going to get spotted on that bot side. He's behind Denethor. Dardoch and Ignar have not been noticed just yet. Gakkos might actually face check them. We'll see if they're still in that brush, but Spidey senses were tingling and not going to fully commit to it.
Yeah, a little bit weird from FlyQuest. They kind of overload in the bot side and then just
they're looking.
Wow.
And now Griffin is going to be spotted. Quite a bit committed, 4 members there, but they're looking for more as they're going after Gakkos. The pillar will buy a little bit of time. I don't think Dig can catch up, but they
Ohne Wort an dem Busch.
the 1 kill here. And FlyQuest in the area. Quad now out on the map, just finished his Shadow Flame, so he'd be happy to fight, but I think they're worried about giving over too much to Palafox mid.
Yeah, I do think the weakness of Ivern and why he's not playing him properly, this champion is like so easy to kill once you find him on the bad spot. Like it's not like Jarva, not like Lee Sin, not like Xin Sao. It's like once you got him, if you CC him, he just dies, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's Jungle Janna, right? Like,
yeah, literally.
You have no survivability. As Palafox going to pop the Ghost.
Wow, wirklich.
There's the attack sweep, slowing him down. The Senna, all the
Redemption macht so viel Arbeit. Game is over. GG.
Don't have the damage to finish.
What are they doing?
Denethor will fall. Palafox will limp out. They do get a kill on a Courageon. But again, just not quite the damage to finish off Masu. They're not calculating in the barrier, the Senna, all the redemption from the Ivern. There's so many tools that you have to get through.
I mean, Masu didn't even have to flash. Like, I know Palafox has this like weird side angle, but like your Camille just use ult to kill the Ivern. You know, you can just take mid power if you want and go elsewhere with it. I feel like it's so overforced from here.
And it does not work out. You know, Palafox at the very least does survive, but he lost his flash, and they kill 1 back. So it is 1 for 1 at the end of the day. Flash on the rise, and you lost your top laner for the enemy support. So it's obviously not an even trade.
Yeah, this kind of plays us what they should do in the whole game. I do think if you keep giving time to this comp and just let them farm for free, they're just going to be happy about it. Like, the city is always happy farming. So if you pressure them to come fight you, you should be happy. For Dig's side, at least for now. And just having, like, number advantage with the Rice Camille is also helpful, which is what they're doing right now, just forcing the plays. I do think now they're playing better, but I don't know if it's too late for it.
How do you feel about the Dead Man's purchase here from Dardoch?
I do think it's a nice item. I'm not sure about the Triforce, because there is a lot of Trundles that build this Hexblade, I think is the item. And when you have a damage top lane like Camille, I do think it's too greedy to go Triforce, because then you're kind of squishy. So Hexblade feels nice, specifically because you pick Trundle to counter the Nautilus.
So 5 members here bought from FlyQuest. As, they were looking for Palafox. He will just round more out.
A little bit spooked, I guess. I mean, he has no flash, so maybe, but he had his boys behind him, so I think he was all right, but it's fine.
Was he that scared? Did they all chat him, you need to run or something?
Yeah, I don't know if he got any vision of it or if he
Weiß, was er zu nutzen, um jetzt auf eine Lane zu kommen. Nee, ich würde sagen, Pro-Play zu viel Pressure.
And the gold lead has shrunk a little bit here, as Dignitas has been doing a pretty good job attacking these side lanes. Denethor 4 kills to his name. Palafox has grabbed a couple kills now, and there's a deep here from Gakkos. Going to be looking for them. Remember, Palafox has no flash and no realm warp and no ghost, and he's going to get the bad news as he has separated the team.
Ein guter TP.
To fall here, and they're just going to start.
Ist fast nashed out, ja, wollte gerade sagen.
Yeah, they do so much damage to it. We talked about how they can just tank it forever with the Ivern shields, and then all is tanking it. So I'm curious. They can play it out and punish them. It feels so hard to walk into Ivern when he has bushes down, and you know they're not going to take damage. They do it so fast.
Do you think they should give?
No,
I don't think they should give, but they have to do something.
All right, well, we'll see if Dignitas can approach here. They are grabbing the red buff first, and It's dying pretty slowly, I will say that, as it is still relatively early in the game. Now down to about half HP.
Geist, was macht der?
Does have his flash. Cryogen
Oh, wow.
side connects the hook and the death.
Wow.
There's the public execution. Ignar is just gone. Blast cone used to try to get out of there as Denethor cannot connect with that Hextech hook shot. And now in comes the flash
von Cryogen.
over the wall. They're going to be looking here for
Super von Cryogen, wow.
First down by Quad. Dig have no chance in this fight. Easy kill there onto the
Nicht Nation, oder? Basin? Basin Drake? Wow, wirklich.
They're gonna start again.
I mean, honestly, great hook from Cryogen to start everything.
Mit Quad haben sie genug DPS, I guess.
Didn't really see the angle of why they're getting off, but then he just makes magic happen.
Yeah, I do think with the Trundle you can block the Q, but he didn't do it.
Trundle doch Smite, und Flash.
Though, so they're still threatening a potential steal here. Palafox moving in. Quad taking a pretty big spell flux there. Palafox just going to go for it, but he still has no summoners. They will turn. Flash in there from Quad. Doesn't catch it. He flashed out. FBI will finish off Quad. Palafox survived. Gatgos is getting low as Palafox looking for the Realm Warp into the back line. The spell flux not going to bounce as he misses that Q. Gatgos surviving for now. Masu is running. Dignitas needs to keep chasing for more.
Oh! Oh, Gakos. Oh, the plant.
Cone into the team with no HP means he dies, and now Denethor arrives. FlyQuest could get aced here. Masu, Cryogen, Griffin running, but they have really no damage at all. FBI
oh my god.
Dashing in, getting rooted up there. Great hook from Cryogen, but it will not be enough to finish off FBI.
Oh, großer Gott.
Running, but Denethor eventually, you have to think, is going to catch him. He commits the flash. Denethor commits a flash of his own, and there's the hook shot. Nice interrupt by the trigger seed there by that root caller, excuse me. And Griffin will walk out.
Also war sehr schön, bis dann auf einmal gegücht hat und die Plant genommen
hat. And the Baron stays alive.
I must say, I hate this Azir syndrome that they always want to do the shot.
Ja, rede.
It's so useless. I hate when the Azir do this, and it's like the leasing one.
Well, great flash from FBI, so credit to him to be able to react to it. And we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk to hear their thoughts on how the game is going.
Coming to us.
What's up, guys? We're just flaming FlyQuest for their decision making in this game.
I mean,
thoughts on that one, guys?
Yeah.
I think we already thought the game is over, and then they got aced.
Yeah, so I don't know how that whole sequence just happened. But
would you say that they lost composure? FlyQuest?
Yeah, I think they had a lot of composure through the whole game, and starting from the draft, they just drafted full scaling. A lot of composure.
80 stacks on Masu.
Sometimes it's just really boring to win slowly and take Drake every 5 minutes.
That's what was happening.
You can just fight. And
I mean, we are lucky LCS is played like once a week. If it was like 3 times a week, there is no way you would be able to handle playing scaling that often. But like once a week for 2 hours, I think you can scale.
Yeah, look at this team.
Warum Cleaver und kein LDA? Besseres Item einfach, weil sie naturally Crit bekommt, I guess.
I don't know why he wants to flip someone. Just
do you think Quad is slow that FBI wouldn't flash?
But I don't know. We don't have a mid laner. We don't have a mid laner here, but I think it's very common trend for Azirs to like shuffle in for them.
Was macht Gakos?
Everyone thinks they can do it.
Whoa.
That's really in there.
Wow. Oh. They really went in deep there.
We say that TP was composed by...
Let's see, Quad.
Oh, here he goes again.
I don't know about that Quad. We just
stopwatch.
Okay, this time he had Zonia, but he still dies, no?
Yeah.
This time,
was machen die?
We're going a bit fast.
I mean, he did kill the enemy jungler.
What do you think about it? Whoa!
Wow.
I think that's good bait, though.
Es ist so low,
Great root!
Combination!
Oh my god.
Oh mein Gott, Masu ist OP.
It's 3v3.
Wow, Masu ist OP. Wow, Masu ist OP. Bam.
Oh my god.
Dude, they just saw FlyQuest go too deep, and they were like, hold on.
We can do you better.
Das ist so krank.
Hold my beer.
Jesus. I mean, they saw that if they killed him, they can get Baron. They really saw it.
Ja, es war eine interne Cooldown pro Target. Wow, er ist tot. Wait, er ist actually tot.
Gonna catch him.
FBI?
Wow, he's dead.
What the fuck?
Crazy, that angle. What the hell?
Er hat 90 stacks.
Damn. I mean, it looked really back and forth now.
We got the stat him.
It's back. It's not
but
fourth
when
anymore.
it comes to Azir, I feel like it's not just Quad. I have seen every Azir, I think, in the league do this. Like, they just start...
Ja, die lieben es da hinten.
It must feel good, no?
Yeah, it does feel good because you, like, travel so far.
Combination? EQ combination?
Yeah, Faker did it to Ruler, and then everyone's trying to do that now.
But if Fly actually just fights front to back, it's still kind of cooked,
it's just over, yeah.
I feel like if Azir disables his E and R button and just...
The league?
For the league?
Yeah, they want to keep the hell.
I would rather them finish fast so we can finish the day here.
Why?
I don't know, I feel like it's
you're
scheduled.
You're paid for the day, so you're good to go home now?
Yeah. I feel like it's scheduled here.
Finish off.
Let's see again. I feel like the fight is looking pretty good. Senna W now something.
Wait, how did the Mesa get in there?
He TP'd in the back. Nautilus started on the trundle, and there was no one to follow up. It's kind of just like the carries weren't able to hit, and even close.
Now Quadras got mad at enemy jungler.
Well, he did kill someone.
Nearly a flash, but...
Dig's
eyes opened up
let's
real
see how
soon.
Senna outplayed him, because I felt like the moment he got rooted, Camille can just try to eat her, but maybe she wasted E. She wasted E now.
Keep fight going. They did kill Kraken off the
Camille no E.
And now he gets rooted in this spot.
Camille's no E.
He can escape this?
Yeah.
I think
he was pretty good too.
Doesn't have damage, I guess.
Yeah, Lucian just is useless.
I mean, he has Serpent's Fang, so he's actually doing the most damage possible.
Is he though?
No, it is. If he, no, Serpent's Fang value probably is crazy.
I'm sure it's the most value.
This is the strongest.
We should hover the Serpents.
Let me check his.
Gleich 100 Stacks auf Masu.
Yeah, because I think there was only one teamfight. He just hit Masu when he was the massive.
It says right now 3,285.
I mean,
it is something.
Kind of crazy.
Very high value there.
2.5k.
So 700.
Aber Masu nicht jetzt 110? Er hat 94, du siehst links unten in seinem Porträt.
I like it on ranked champs. I think it has very low value and it shouldn't be bought.
I mean, it is cheap, has a good stat line.
Well, the reality is, he would not have had IE anyway, or any strong item. That was the strongest he could be in that moment.
That's true.
So, and they still lost.
value, right? Like a Seer Shield, Ambassador Shield, Eclipse.
I mean, it's a really good game for Serpent's Fang, but
someone should have it for sure.
hey, they're sending it.
Full Send auf Masu.
Flowers.
Can we kill him?
Shine, buddy.
take it away, Azale.
Fast.
Masu is shut down there by Denethor.
Ja, aber schaut auf den Azir. Holy fuck, Azir Full Send. Buff.
Execution gets dodged by Denethor. Gakkos, though, going to the back line, will finish him off. It's 3 kills for FlyQuest, and that might just be the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Azir just does so much damage when he doesn't go in and commit suicide.
Yeah, he finally realized that if he hits the targets, he wins the fight, and he doesn't need to shuffle it. Yeah, really good for him.
And might just be...
I mean, Full Send into G... Wait, is it
so much
GG?
pushing power. It feels like it might be hard for them to do any
3 Grubs. Ist over, oder?
Yeah, and the Baron buff is still there for a little bit of time. It's just Dardoch and Ignar, not much wave clear whatsoever. FlyQuest just focusing down the towers. Now going to turn here onto Dardoch. He is getting
Guys, they can't finish it.
but survives for now, buying a little bit of time. It's still 5 more seconds till FBI is up, though, so FlyQuest are going to close it out and clinch playoffs with a 2-0 win over Dignitas.
Yeah, expected a bit. I think FlyQuest, even when the super scaling comes, they got away with it 2 times in a row. So